Hello everyone, it's Noah here, and welcome to Genshin Impact. Now, we haven't actually played this game in quite some time on this channel, but I figured since today is the first day of 4.4, we might as well give it a try. Now, looking at the events, I don't think the Lantern Knight is actually here yet. I think since this is just the first day, it's probably going to be added tomorrow. But what we can do today is the new Xianyun Story Quest. And I do want to test out her gameplay as well. So let's go ahead and start with that right away. I might be a little too quiet though, so let me turn up the game volume a little bit while this is loading. The loading screens might be long in this game anyway, because I don't have it on the SSD, unfortunately. Oh, that's loud. Okay, how about this? That's probably alright. So let's see our talent, most importantly. Now, this is quite a lot to read. Well, let's do that try then. We also have drumming or gaming as well. I'll just call him gaming, because I think it's a lot funnier that way, but I do think that's not the correct pronunciation. I will probably hear it soon. So, Bennett, to... Oh, what did he just do? I'm not sure. Well... He's a catalyst user. And then... Oh, okay, so it's supposed to be a plunging attack. And then... If we use this... This kind of jumps around.
Oh.
That wasn't... Okay. How about this?
Mighty mythical beast!
Okay. And then if I use this... Then, yeah, he should be able to continually use plunging attacks. Which is kind of cool.
Up to it, Manzai! Stray clouds converge! Everybody stand back, rain cutter!
Probably not supposed to be used like this, but I'm just gonna use them like that anyway. So 1, 2, 3, and then... Oh, okay. I'm starting to get it, I think.
Mighty mythical beast! Seize the sky!
He does do a lot of damage with the jump attack. Okay. Kind of interesting. So it's kind of like the plunging claymore meta now, which has been like done with Dragon's Shards for Deluxe for a long time, but now it's like on an actual character's jets, which is kind of fun actually, honestly. But I would definitely play her much better once I actually read what she does, but it seems interesting. But I'm not gonna like go too deep into it because I don't want to actually pull for her quite yet. At least it's like not on my pull list. Because I do want to save for new characters like, Arlet, possibly coming up in the future. Or maybe like Florand is still not here, so maybe she might be a future character as well. I already have Nahida anyway. So this is just gonna be a little simple gameplay so far.
Get them! Let's dance!
Try not to enjoy.
Make yourselves at home! Everyone hold hands! Yeah! You can dance! Nice and spicy!
I'm gonna use this super strong.
Grow!
The Art of War? What's that for? I wasn't expecting to get an achievement in this.
Temple of Wisdom! Boba, get them!
Come a little closer. Surrender and be gentle.
Commit to memory!
I have some lag on my end. Just a second. Oh, you win this anyway. But there we go. Okay. I think the stream is still like a couple seconds behind, but should be fine. Hopefully today's not too laggy. I had some technical situations that I had to solve, which is why I intended to start the stream like a few hours earlier. I have to deal with the computer being weird today, so I hopefully nothing goes wrong. I think there is more delay on stream than the usual, but other than that, and like maybe a few long loading times, I don't really see any other issues currently, so hopefully it doesn't crash on us.
Surprise! Not now.
I'm not really sure what gimmick of gaming is though, like other than plunging attack. He only does like one plunge attack, and then what does the ghost actually do? I actually need to read that. It feels like it doesn't do anything. So basically area that buffs his plunging attack and it resets its cooldown more quickly. That's kind of cool.
Cold, mine to command. The night is...
Everybody stand back! Let's cue the spotlight! Over here! Surprise! Many happy returns!
My guiding
I'm
stars.
not really doing much damage without the buff from every other character though. I mean, he seems alright, but I don't think I'll be getting him. Because I don't really want to pull for the current banners. But it is kind of fun to play, you know. And finally, Farzan. Which, you know, since I don't really play with the Wanderer, I haven't really used her very much, but she's still quite a fun character if you had her at buffs. Like with Hazo, I think that's what they're pairing her with. Which makes sense. Hazo is actually kind of fun to play. I do wish she was like more relevant. Boom. Yeah, like the Hazel is just like so satisfying. I really like the gameplay of. Maybe I should do like a Hazel Farzan team at some point. I don't really play Genshin too often nowadays, but if I do, that's kind of like a 4-star team that I would like to make, to be honest. I don't really have like to win DPS. Let me see their Eidolons though. I'm actually like quite behind on them. Yeah, my Farzan is still E0, which is not good if you wanna play a Farzan team. My Hazel should be a little stronger, I imagine, but maybe not that strong. Oh, easy 6 at least. But yeah, with easier Farzan, I don't know how far she goes, but that's quite nice. Anyway, time to get into what everyone's been here for, I imagine, is the new story quest. So we'll give that a start. Accept. Already another character is currently in another quest. So let's... I never did the Baizhu quest. Now that's gonna be annoying. I'm just doing the Baizhu quest now, at least for a little bit. And then I'll switch back. The old quests, like, since they get automatically accepted, they're just kind of like taking space in my gameplay, so it's just really frustrating. But well, this is going to be a long loading screen. Loading Liyue all the way from Fontaine is going to take a while for sure. I really should like set up like a family rite clip that plays itself for long loading screens like this, because in Video Master Duel this happens way too often. Not with loading screens, but with opponent turns pretty frequently. So I really need to come up with something to like play meanwhile I'm waiting on like something. Okay, we got all the way to Cryo. Just need Geo to load, which is usually the hardest one. So let's see how fast this is going to go. Any bets on how fast Geo is going to load? Hasn't really moved yet. Oh, did it? Yep, there we go. Almost there.
We've been
Nice.
to so many places lately. What do you say we take a day off from adventuring and just find somewhere nice to relax? Let Paimon think. Where are some nice places we could go? Oh, why don't we pay Cloud Retainer a visit at Mount Ansa?
That's true.
It's been a while since we last saw that illuminated bird. She's always the one popping up out of nowhere and scaring us half to death. So let's surprise her this time.
That'd be nice to see Cloud Jane there, and we have talked about her as well. But for some reason, I can't really see her until I talk to Chi-Chi here. Also, I should probably fix my party setup. This is my daily commission party. And, it's not really, none one is really built except for Navia here. Navia is like carrying the other three to actually get the friendship points for the daily commission. Handle like my travel team. This is for like traversal. It's the fastest one. And having the traveler makes also sense for doing the quest. I'll probably change it later on, but let's do this for now. Instead of doing the quest, having the traveler I feel like makes more sense. Obviously the loading screens are not very fast. I had to move Genshin out of my SSD because it was taking my entire SSD. So now every loading screen is super slow.
What's your name, buddy? Are you here to buy some medicine? Where are your mom and dad?
Are you lost?
I
No,
haven't
I'm
seen
not.
Chi-Chi in an event in such a long
My
time.
name's Ayu, and I'm here
I know
because...
she's a part of Baizhu Story Quest instead, but
Hey there, Chi-Chi. Hi, Gui. What's going on? Hi, Traveler and Paimon.
You've actually come at the perfect time. This little boy seems to have gotten himself lost. I think he must be new to the city. Probably wandered away from his parents and...
No, listen to me. I'm not the one who's lost. It's my dad.
Your dad? How does a fully grown man manage to get lost in Liyue Harbor?
question.
Well, my dad's always been kind of forgetful. In the past, he was just a little slow to react sometimes. But I'm worried that it's getting more serious.
So, what about your mom?
She went out a few days ago to gather some herbs for my dad, but she still hasn't come back. Meanwhile, my dad's been getting worse and worse.
That is concerning.
I remembered that the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy always runs a clinic in Chingsa Village during the Lantern Rite. So I thought, why don't I take Dad to Liyue Harbor to see him there?
So this also, I think this is the last Lantern Rite quest and I just still haven't done it since. They're kind of doing both at the same Lantern Rite. Anyway, he must be in
When we got
Baizhu.
to the city gate, I took a moment to ask the Millith guards for directions to the pharmacy. And then, when I turned back around, my dad was gone. I asked the Millith guys to go find him, but he said they won't be able to send that many people. So then I figured, maybe I can ask some other people in the city to help.
You came to the right place. We're pros at finding people. Isn't that right, Traveler?
Of course, it's gonna be a piece of cake.
Changshan can help. She has a good sense of smell, like a dog.
Ooh.
Hey, who's talking about me behind my back?
She's there already.
Changshan, Chi-Chi meant that as a compliment. There's no need to be upset. Hello, child. You mentioned that you were looking for the owner of Boo Boo Pharmacy. How might we be of service?
You have a talking snake? Oh, are you Uncle Baizhu?
Yes.
Uncle Baizhu?
Changshan, now's not the time. My dear boy, could you tell me more about your father's condition? As much as you can recall.
Yes, Uncle... Dr. Baizhu.
Yep, he explains the
I
situation.
see. And your family lives near Chingsa Village, you say? I visit patients there frequently, but I don't recall ever seeing you or your parents.
Uh-huh. My mom doesn't like meeting other people, especially during Lantern Rite. She always tells me to just stay at home and keep my dad company.
Is that so? Ayu, by any chance, is your mother's name Jiangli?
Whoa, yeah, it is. Do you know my mom, Dr. Baizhu?
I certainly do. Gui, Chi-Chi, are there any pressing matters in the pharmacy at the moment? Ayu's parents are old acquaintances of mine, so I would very much like to assist with the search. Would the two of you have time to join me?
Don't forget us two. We already told Ayu that we'd help.
Yay!
Oh, really?
Teamwork.
Well, that's wonderful. We are most grateful for your support.
You can count on us.
Chi-Chi and I need to clear up the shop front first, but once that's taken care of, we'll be right out to help you with the search.
Family is very important.
Thank you. Then I'll leave you to handle the pharmacy.
Oh, Dabra. Hello there. Thanks for dropping by to the stream.
Traveler, Paimon, why don't you come
Wait,
with
not
me and
have chat
Ayu?
on?
Let's start by talking to the Millilith guards at the city gates, see if they have an update.
That's weird. Should have popped up on the screen. I guess maybe it doesn't work with notes. Huh, anyway. Okay, so that starts this chapter. Let's talk to Chi-Chi before we do anything else.
His family. Oh, we have to find them.
And now, can we do the other quest yet? No, I guess we are doing the Baizhu quest today after all. Doesn't seem like we're allowed to do the other quest until we can do this one. So let's go. Can we teleport over there? Honestly, probably flying just gonna be fast. Oh, I fell. Meant to switch to Kazuha, but this will do. And just yell on our way through there. Here we go.
They searched to the north, but couldn't find anyone who matched the description.
Well, that complicates things. The city folks say there's no sign of him either. We need to start looking further afield. But where are we gonna get the people?
Excuse me, sirs. Have you found out anything about my dad yet?
Ah, hey there, buddy. Dr. Baizhu. What brings you out this way?
The boy asked for our help, so we're here to join the search. Any new developments to update us on?
Oh, thank goodness. We were just discussing how we're running out of manpower. As for updates, I'm sorry to say that we've searched the surrounding area thoroughly, but didn't find anything.
Not surprising at all, to be honest. I would be very surprised if they did find
The
something.
guards at the crossing up ahead said they hadn't seen anyone either, so we don't believe he was heading towards the Guili Plains. But it is possible that he was bound for Luhua Pool.
Luhua Pool?
Ooh.
The terrain there can be tricky to navigate. Let's hope he hasn't run into any trouble.
We'll take
You
that
will?
area.
Oh, great. We can't thank you enough.
Sorry we weren't able to find your dad, buddy.
That's okay. Thank you for trying.
I still don't really get how we can become lost, but I guess we'll understand more about this rendition once we actually find them. Oh, the loading screens do take quite long, huh? It's like the middle of Enemo. Oh, and there we go. Complaining does help. Going with the A line in Leia specifically just like works because it's supposed to be running around. Well, at least sneaking around them.
Dad, can you hear me?
I was gonna say this might be too early in the afternoon for her to be awake, but
There's somebody over there!
I think we found the dad.
Oh no, it's... Hey, you! Stop! Don't go any further!
Oh no. What's he doing though?
Watch where you're going!
Oh! What's that? Hu Tao? Okay, that's... I did not expect to see her in this event.
Oh, dear customer, Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does appreciate your patronage, but you needn't hasten the inevitable. Are you alright?
Ah, this is great actually. It's perfect commentary from Hu Tao.
Huh?
Dad!
Oh no.
Hey, Hutao!
Nice to see Hu Tao here though.
My, who do we have here?
It's the Traveler in Paimon, and my worst nightmare.
Oh, I was hoping they would be enemies.
I see she still hasn't warmed to you.
Thank you, Director Who, for saving this man.
Dad, are you okay? Do you recognize me? It's me, Ayu.
You're... Are you? Who am I?
Oh, that's not good. That's never a good sign.
Your name is Jiao Liang, and you live just west of Qingsa Village. You were supposed to come to Liyue Harbor to see the doctor. Remember? Does that jog your memory?
Oh, my name is Jialiang. Liyue Harbor. See the doctor? Yes, I'm Jialiang, and I need to see the doctor. Wait, why do I need to see the doctor?
Oh, that's not good.
Uh-oh. He seems in really bad shape. We need to get him back to Boo Boo Pharmacy right away.
Agreed.
Sorry, Hutao. Gotta dash. Dinner's on us next time.
Oh, would love to have a dinner.
Hold on a second.
Oh?
You're not seriously thinking of taking him to Boo Boo Pharmacy in this state, are you?
Where else are we gonna take them?
Huh? Why not? What's the problem?
Come on, Baizhu. Don't tell me you haven't noticed it. Didn't your master teach you how to spot the signs?
Oh?
Why do I get the sense that you spotted them right away, but you're planning to use it for your own ends?
String on.
Use what? What are you talking about? Paimon's lost.
Me too.
There are traces of god remains in Jialiang's system.
What? Oh, that escalated quickly.
Oh, yes, but more importantly, they're on the verge of an outburst. If that happens, the consequences will be unthinkable.
Paimon, sorry. What?
Exactly. I'm on.
God remains?
Discuss it in front of the patient, why won't you?
There's no need to worry, Director Who. I have methods of keeping them at bay. It is the sworn duty of all who practice
Okay.
medicine to cure illnesses and save lives. What reason would I have to neglect a patient in need who is right there in front of me?
Fair enough.
Besides, it was my late master's dying wish to be able to save this patient in particular. Perhaps out of respect for him, you could give me a day's grace so that I have time to treat him?
It says they're not like it, but
Now you're bringing my great uncle into this? Baizhu, just what are you planning this time?
Merely to cure this man, nothing more. But of course, if you have any doubt as to my intentions, you are more than welcome to accompany me to Boo Boo Pharmacy and monitor my activities.
I kind of wanted. So there's no lord that I can go back to, which is annoying. I do wish they added that. It's in Star Rail. Because I think if I understood what they said correctly, is Baiju's master Hutao's great uncle? Is that right? That's what I understood from it, but I can't check the logs to make sure anymore.
Oh, really? I thought I was persona non grata at Boo Boo Pharmacy. You're being unusually generous today.
Persona non grata, huh? I'll double check we're here too.
Okay, deal. We're not gonna solve anything by keeping Jiao Liang here.
That much is agreed.
I'm happy to do it your way, but only for my great uncle's sake and the travelers, of course.
You must be pleased you brought the traveler along. Otherwise, this would have been a much more vexing ordeal.
Well, time is of the essence.
that's true.
Let's get ourselves back to Boo Boo Pharmacy at once.
Here we go, back to Boo Boo Pharmacy. Was supposed to be the cloud container quest, but I guess we are doing the Baizhu quest now.
Blockages within the cardiovascular system, reduced blood flow and energy circulation.
I should change the stream title. I should change the stream title because this is no longer the cloud container quest. Giant story quest. Yeah. I hope you guys can you what apparently I have to do the Baizhu quest. How do I spell Baizhu? Wait. Baizhu. There we go. Baizhu quest first. There we go. I think that should explain what's happening on the stream. I feel like otherwise it was just going to be misleading because this is just a Baizhu quest stream now, apparently. You know, it's fine. It's just not what I expected to do when I opened the stream today, but oh, and we have a world join request. Unfortunately, we can't really accept it at the moment. Probably should have turned that off for the stream, but anyway.
I see. I suppose this must have caused the cognitive abnormalities.
Dr. Baizhu, how bad is it? Can you cure him?
Don't you worry. Baizhu's a really great doctor. He's sure to find a way. Isn't that right, Baizhu?
Hopefully.
Ayu, do you know when your father first started displaying these symptoms?
I'm not sure. He's been like this for as long as I can remember. But it wasn't as bad as this when I was still little.
So it's been a long time indeed.
But how long? Are they like humans? Or are they something else? I don't know. I don't. It's just because like his master wanted to so cure this patient specifically, so it's been really long. Hard to say. Is it a dream prognosis?
No. I have a treatment plan in mind. We can start tonight.
Oh, okay.
Come and see me again tomorrow morning. I promise that by then, Ayu will find his father healthy and lucid again.
Thank you, Dr. Baizhu. Thank you so much.
If you still have any misgivings, Director Who, please feel free to hang around for as long as you wish.
However, it would be best if you step outside this room. A doctor must be able to focus when treating a patient. Any distractions heighten the risk of complications.
Distractions.
Yes, of course, absolutely. I'll just go and look at the flowers or something. But I will be back in an instant at the first sign that something's amiss.
I do wonder what the history between the two is, but anyway, we'll be heading out now too.
See you tomorrow, Baizhu and Changcheng.
Bye for now, everyone.
Are you ready, Baizhu?
Uh-oh.
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm used to it by now. Come on, let's get started.
What are they going to do if not the treatment? What is the treatment? How do you treat God's remains? It is a big question, for sure.
All's well that ends well, huh?
Did it end well? I feel like we're just starting, actually.
You know, Paimon's kind of curious after hearing Baizhu mention those people from his past. What do you think they were like?
You mean his masters?
Yeah, you must be curious too, right? Let's go see what we can find out while Baizhu's busy treating Ayu's dad.
Alright. I guess the question now is, can we skip to the... Okay, now we are allowed to skip to the Cloud Retainer quest. That is, at this point I should ask, should we? Because we might as well do the Baizhu quest now since we started and got this far. I feel like it's gonna be awkward if we just skip it, so... I guess we might as well finish it. This is a Baizhu quest now. Let's go talk to Hu Tao anyway. I did want to do that.
While I'm idling time on admiring the scenery, the spectacled snake-bedecked docs doing surgery. Hello, you busy bees, and what do you have to discuss with the funeral director today?
So...
Actually, don't tell me. Let me guess. From the looks on your faces, you've got some questions for me.
We do.
Guilty as charged. So, we were just a little curious about Baizhu's master. What was he like?
Yeah,
Baizhu could tell so quickly that Xianyun had god remains in his system?
Another very good question from Paimon.
Huh? I thought I told you once before. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was first founded to fight back against the vengeful wrath of gods defeated in war.
I mean, that vaguely rings a bell, but details are still hazy.
Well, it is a dusty old tale by this point. Long story short, in the ancient world, dead gods were acting up, so our ancestors started purifying the air and burning the bodies of the deceased to guard the border between life and death. These days, we don't deal with the wrath of the gods anymore, but all the relevant know-how is still passed down to each generation, so we can identify gods' remains when we see them.
All I'm thinking is like how I'm going to change the title and the thumbnail once the stream goes to the VODs, because like me trying to do the 4.4 new quest, but Baizhu blocks me. It's gonna be something like this. That's gonna be like the title, with like the live stream thumbnail has like a big cross on it, and then like Baizhu just like T-posing in front. Stopping me from actually doing the event. Anyway, sorry, I just, that's all I can think at the moment.
Okay, Paimon gets it now. Wait, so how did Baizhu learn to spot them?
Almost certainly from his master, who was also my great-uncle.
There, I
Baizhu's
told it.
master was my grandpa's younger brother, a former deputy director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
So, Wangshan from Funeral Parlor leader turned doctor, which is, I can definitely see the relation, but it also feels kind of like the opposite sides for sure.
Wow, fancy that! Huh. So, if he was from Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, how did he end up as Baizhu's master?
Exactly.
According to my grandpa, he and my great-uncle once went traveling together when they were young. They ended up at Shenhe Vale, where they met a pharmacist. That pharmacist must have cast some sort of spell on my great-uncle, because after that encounter, he suddenly announced he wanted to leave the family business and go practice medicine instead.
I love Huta's talking about this like being the doctor's like evil or something.
My grandpa had a huge argument with him, but he couldn't convince him to stay. So my grandpa inherited the funeral parlor, while my great-uncle stayed in Shenhe Vale to practice medicine. They never spoke to each other again.
Interesting.
Funeral director to doctor is a pretty big career change.
Is
Kinda
it?
hard to imagine. But why did it drive a wedge between them for the rest of their lives? That seems a bit extreme.
I agree. I mean, like, the career changes kind of big, but it's also like related, but on like the opposite side. But then again, like, why do they hate each other? Do they hate each other?
If he had just become a regular doctor, there would have been no issue. After all, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor wasn't unlike a regular doctor's clinic in the early days.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it was founded, which is why I thought being a doctor would actually not be that different. But
according to my grandpa, the pharmacist they met had a very ominous aura about him.
oh,
And on top of that, the kind of medicine practiced in the Shenhe Vale tradition goes against the natural order of things.
that is interesting.
In what way?
Yeah.
Don't know. My grandpa didn't know the specifics. And you've seen how wary Baizhu is around me. He'd never tell me anything.
Interesting.
But even that says to me that he definitely has something to hide.
What is he hiding?
One thing I do know about Baizhu is that he's obsessed with the idea of immortality. But whether that has anything to do with what he's hiding is hard to say.
Immortality, huh?
Anyway, so I will be sticking around here for now to keep a close eye on the situation. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally figure out what he's up to.
Interesting. Alright.
After all that, it seems like we have more questions than answers. Never mind. We'll just have to ask Baizhu himself about all of this tomorrow.
I guess we'll have to continue the rest of... Okay, now this feels like a good time to switch up the quests. Because now we can just kinda... Should I switch up the quest? I think we might as well do the switch up the quest. Otherwise, we'll not end up being able to play the Cloud Retainer quest in this stream, I don't think. So now that that's tomorrow, and we'll come back to that tomorrow, we can go and do this thing on me Cloud Retainer instead. But let's try the Futa one last time before.
Oh, while you're here, have either of you seen Chi-Chi around?
Actually, was going to say I wanted to talk to Chi-Chi as well before I leave, but...
It's not every day I get to infiltrate Baizhu's lair, but alas, I didn't catch a single glimpse of her anywhere.
Is she hiding?
Aha! What if Baizhu knew I'd be on the lookout for her and hid her away in advance?
Possible, but... I guess we'll go and see for ourselves. I'm also curious about, like... Oh, there we go. We did find her. Okay, since Baizhu is working on immortality, and Chi-Chi is immortal, maybe there's also something else going on, like Chi-Chi is doing maybe more than helping Baizhu in collecting herbs, and maybe he's also after Chi-Chi's immortality? Who knows? Who knows?
Zhengli? Master? Dr. Baizhu has never mentioned them before.
I mean, there's a good chance you would have forget it anyway, but...
But more importantly, is who gone yet? I need to find a better hiding place.
Aww. She's very cute, hiding from Putao, just over there. Really good hiding spot, to be honest. It's like definitely blind spotting Putao over there. But anyway, we're gonna put this event on hold as we need to do Baizhu a day to work on these things. And I know I can just speed up the time, but I think it's more thematic that we instead go and see Cloud Retainer. And if that also tells me to wait for a day, then things are going to be very complicated. But hopefully that does not happen. I guess we'll see. Anyway, I've been waiting for this. I wanted to meet the Cloud Retainer, so there we go. I hope we see Shenhe and Ganyu as well. I would love to have them talk about the Cloud Retainer and vice versa. I think we had a little bit of that on the trailer, but I would definitely love to see more of it in game. Almost there. The teleport point for this area is just like I kind of get it because it's like a high up area, but I have to go the other way. I'm gonna do like a spin move over there to actually get there. It's kind of fun too, though. Oh, there she is, though.
Here we are, right outside her place.
And we were at the opposite side, but sure.
Do you still remember the first time we came here? We even brought offerings and everything.
I do.
And when we told her that Rex Lapis had been assassinated, she immediately threatened to squash Liyue Harbor. Paimon thought she'd be impossible to get along with. But now that we've spent some more time together, she's really not like that at all.
Yeah, for sure.
We probably don't need to bring any offerings now that we've gotten to know her pretty well, right? Still, Paimon's got some snacks around here somewhere, so if she really wants something, we can just use that.
I mean, it'd be nice to bring her something, right? Also, I imagine she would be still, like, not very friendly if Rex Lapis had actually been assassinated, but now that she knows that that's not the case, she's just, like, back to her usual self, I guess.
Huh? Traveler, did something catch your eye?
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen her before.
Whoa, what a pretty lady. Is she also here to visit Cloud Retainer?
It seems like she could be also a powerful adeptus.
Yeah, you're right. All it takes is one look and you can tell she's someone special. As expected of that bird lady, really. She must have a whole bunch of Adepti friends from all over the country.
Would make sense.
Okay, but If we're both friends of Cloud Retainer, then we're basically friends by association, right? Want to go up to her and say hello?
Who knew you were such a social butterfly, Paimon? I'll leave the introductions to you.
Helping you make more connections is a part of Paimon's job as your reliable guide. Paimon's got this.
And sealing all my dialogue lines, of course.
Hello.
That's the most awkward hello I heard in a long time. Oh no. Yep, that sounds about right.
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
Paimon, just say everything in a nice, even tone.
Paimon doesn't think we've met, but we're also friends of Cloud Retainer. May we have the pleasure of learning your name, Madam Adeptus?
That sounds about right.
You two.
Oh,
What is this tomfoolery? Has a shift in form so clouded your eyes that you no longer recognize one anymore?
oh no, she's upset.
Wait, you're...
The cloud designer?
Huh? You're the illuminated bird? But you look... human! How did that happen?
Good question.
Oh, donning human form is scarcely any test of one's abilities. As for your confusion, one merely had no reason to indulge such inclinations before.
And why now?
So, you're indulging now because...
Well, one has made plans to pay a visit to some disciples at Liyue Harbor. Taking on a human form for such a trip is simply a way to make matters less conspicuous.
Yes, that means we get to visit Shenhe and Ganyu, and it's going to be very awkward for them, and it's going to be very funny. Which is what I was kind of hoping out of this.
You? Worrying about keeping a low profile? You're the one who likes to pop up out of nowhere all over the place. In fact, Paimon can think of several examples. Like last year, when you suddenly appeared on the top of a roof without any warning. Or...
Oh yeah, when we were talking to Ganyu, I think? Was it? Oh, she's not very happy about that. It feels like Cloud Retainer has her reasons, but doesn't want to discuss them too openly. Well, I almost forgot. Paimon brought you some gifts.
Hey, didn't we agree not to bring that up unless she asked?
Oh, so you have taken care to follow the proper rules of etiquette after all. Most commendable.
Oh, that did at least make her happy. Cloud Retainer tried but failed, so that... Okay.
Well, this is all Paimon's got. You don't mind, right?
Sadly, we didn't bring too much, but...
One has never found oneself lacking in basic comforts. On the contrary, it is the gesture that one values above all else. So long as you've shown proper respect and consideration, the quantity or quality of the gift is but a trivial matter.
That makes sense. I mean, essentially, if you rejected bad gifts from poor people, that would not be okay for an Adeptus to do. Because they should not be worried about, material qualities, so... that's how it should be.
That kinda makes Paimon feel a little guilty for trying to keep them for herself. Anyway, where were we before you reminded Paimon about the gifts?
You really wanted to keep those snacks, Paimon? Well, anyway, Cloud Retainer said that she's going to visit some of her disciples, which is going to be very exciting for me to watch, actually.
Ah, right. So by disciples, you must mean Ganyu and Shenhe.
Hopefully.
It's also been a while since we last saw them. Maybe
Yes.
we can come too.
Honestly, I do really want to see them again.
One planned to extend the invitation even if you had not raised the matter yourself. Shenhe and Ganyu should be quite pleased to see you again.
That sounds great.
However, one would first inquire as to the reason behind your visit here. You have cause to seek one's company?
I mean, not really. We just kinda wanted to see you, I guess.
Yeah, we just found ourselves missing you and wanted to see how you were doing. We were hoping you'd tell us one of your stories. Who knew we'd run into your human form while we were at it?
Sure, that was quite surprising.
Is that so?
I'd say so, yeah.
If there are no urgent matters at hand, then let us make haste for Liyue Harbor. Ganyu is likely still working at Yue High Pavilion, so that shall be our first stop.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds great! Then let's all go to Liyue Harbor!
Let's go. Nice, nice, nice. Now, please tell me that I can
It's a
just
new
go.
day! Let's go back to Boo Boo Pharmacy and check out how Jialiang is doing.
No, Paimon.
Ganyu has been quite busy with work as of late. One can count on one talon the number of times she returns to Mount Altsong each year. Shenhe has also secured employment recently.
Oh?
In her correspondence with me, she wrote that she shall have no need to return for the foreseeable future.
I wonder what her job is.
Did they think one was so easily mollified? One shall investigate everything with one's own eyes and decide for oneself if their living conditions are satisfactory.
I'm curious on what Shenhe is working as before. Anyway, I did want to inspect this mechanism on the table too, so let's do that. An elegantly assembled mysterious mechanism. For some reason, it's hard to keep your eyes off it. It appears to be one of Cloud Retainer's new inventions, but it's hard to tell what it could be used for. That's for sure, she definitely likes to put her own image on her inventions. And it does look good, not done it wrong, but no idea what it does yet. Well, I'm sure we'll find out soon. So no need to think about it too hard. Let's go here. This should be a good place to teleport. I think we're just gonna ignore Baizhu. You know, we did that as much as possible. And now we can go back to the actual reason we're here. Unless it just stops me again. But hopefully not. Whee! Oh, chest. How did I never end up finding this chest? That's actually quite nice.
A reward
Oh,
on
no,
the
no.
road.
Okay, we got everything. Is that a fillet blade? Nice. You probably have that R5 order, right? There's no way I don't. It's not... Yeah, I do. So I think this is one of the blades that is not on the weapon banner. I'm not exactly sure, but some of them for some reason aren't. But that doesn't seem to be the case with this one. At least I already have 5 of it anyway.
We're almost at Way High Pavilion. Hey, do you think Ganyu will be shocked to see Cloud Retainer like this?
I don't know. Maybe she is aware of her appearance, but she'll definitely be surprised to see her in the city just randomly, to be honest.
Guess we have no idea if Shenhe and Ganyu have ever seen her in this form before. Wait, where did she go?
What? Wait, she didn't come with us?
Why are you just standing there, Cloud Retainer?
Okay, she's just here. That makes more sense, but...
Quietly now. One shall stay here. You two can go and meet with her.
Oh?
But why? Isn't it better if we all go together?
Yeah.
If one were to proudly proclaim one's presence, Ganyu would surely profess herself otherwise unoccupied and drop everything to attend to one's visit. One fears that would only result in her staying up all night to make up for lost time.
Guess that's fair.
One does not wish to trouble her. Conversing vicariously via you two shall suffice. Do remember to inquire as to her recent well-being. Again, do not mention one's presence here.
Aw, but I kinda wanted to mention it.
Fair enough. Makes sense. Alright then, we'll just pass on your regards and...
I wanted to see how Ganyu would react to Cloud Retainer, same as Shenhe.
Cloud Retainer?
Oh, never mind. We get to see it. Anyway.
Oh,
She's trying to hide.
Oh, busted.
Busted right away. I didn't even get to be upset. I'm just gonna be happy right away.
Is that lady someone you know, Miss Ganyu?
She is indeed. I'm sorry, Huixin, but could we delay the upcoming meeting for a little bit? I believe my schedule today is quite full.
Immediately.
Although, perhaps I could move some work to later in the evening.
Immediately she's like, oh, more work at night. Yes. That's exactly what she wants to avoid, but too late.
Oh, not to worry, Miss Ganyu. I'll make the necessary arrangements right away.
Thank you, Huixin.
She's summoned wits. So she does know what she looks like.
While, Ganyu?
Hey, Ganyu.
Greetings. What brings you here today? And Cloud Retainer, too. It's been quite some time since I last saw you in this form.
She seems very happy about it.
You are quite mistaken. One is not acquainted with this Cloud Retainer of whom you speak. One is simply a mere mortal passerby.
A mere mortal passerby would not speak like that at all.
Huh?
Seems she's not buying it.
I don't think she would buy it. And you saw right through her.
That was but a simple test. One did not expect you to be able to recognize one so easily, especially after so many years of only seeing one's other form.
Ganyu looks suddenly bewildered. She's thinking, why wouldn't I recognize you? I used to see you every day. How bad do you think my memory is?
But recognizing you is, my responsibility as your disciple.
An apt observation. One was simply passing by while attending to some important business. One thought it would only be fitting to pay you a visit while in the area.
Wait, Paimon wasn't aware of any important...
Paimon! Paimon, you're not supposed to say it.
Cloud Retainer's right! We've still got something super important to do, so we can't stay here for too long today.
We don't want to take Ganyu's time, because our time is precious, so we'll just try to... If you have something to do, for sure. For sure, for real, Ganyu, believe me. So I would love to spend more time with Ganyu.
Oh, is that so? But it's been so long since we last saw each other.
No, he is buying it.
One simply desired to see you and had no intention of interrupting your work. A quick conversation should suffice for today. A more involved reunion should wait until you find yourself less occupied.
Yeah.
I understand. That should be fine.
While one acknowledges the amount of work that you have to deal with every day, one must also remind you to rest. Though Adepti blood flows through your veins, excessive exhaustion will still cause grave harm to your body.
Exactly.
It still makes one nostalgic to see you as you are now, respected and independent. When you were young, you oft begged one to cuddle you to sleep when you suffered from nightmares.
Oh no. That is very cute, though.
Cloud Retainer! Stop!
If you insist. We are running short on time regardless, so one will refrain from going into each and every story. Why don't you continue your conversation? One shall simply stand by and listen.
But I would love to hear more stories about baby Ganyu.
Wow.
Oh well.
You've been to so many new places since the last time we spoke. If you ever need anything, please just come find me at Yuehai Pavilion.
What?
Also, forgive me for my presumptuousness, Cloud Retainer, but if you plan to continue appearing in this form, don't you think it'd be helpful to adopt a human name?
Would make sense.
A human name? Huh. You raise a valid point. Considering the sheer extent of one's renown, Cloud Retainer is surely too recognizable as a name.
Also, it does not sound like a human name at all, so yeah.
You really think so? Not that you're not famous or anything, but that famous?
And Paimon.
You presume to know the extent of one's illustrious achievements. One would hardly think such a thing to be possible. Nevertheless, Ganyu's advice cannot be ignored. From this point on, when in public occasions, be sure to refer to one as Xianyun.
Xianyun. Not Xianyun, it's Xianyun. Okay. But why?
Xianyun?
Ah, I assume that's a reference to the full record of Pristine Pavilion.
What's that?
An adeptus of years past would rise with the clouds and rest with the moon. They were enlightened and wise, free and unfettered. The writer referenced Master's name to describe her carefree and spontaneous nature.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds super cool! Paimon feels like only the most powerful of Adepti could rise with the clouds and rest with the moon.
Don't really get it, to be honest, but sure.
Actually, those lines were originally written to describe Cloud Retainer herself.
Ooh.
Huh? Wait, so you're really that powerful?
You're severely underestimating Cloud Retainer.
And what of it? Did you truly take one to be nothing more than a bird of bigger than average size?
Not exactly.
That's totally what Paimon had in mind.
To be fair, Cloud Retainer rarely speaks of her past accomplishments. The tales of her past can only be found in ancient texts.
In a while.
It is said that once, a long, long time ago, there was a severe drought in Liyue. Left with no choice, many people left their homes, while others spent day and night praying to the Adepti. Although I did not live through such tragedy, simply reading about it is enough to gain a visceral understanding of all the pain and desperation during that time.
Must have been so long ago if Ganyu wasn't even alive at the time.
On top of the drought, a noxious gas also began to spread through the land. If not for Cloud Retainer's efforts, much of Liyue would be nothing more than a barren wasteland today.
Would that be like even before the Adepti War? Sorry, the Archon Wars then? Like long before Khaenri'ah, even before the Archon Wars, like thousands of years ago at this point.
The books had this to say about what happened. Upon arrival, the Adeptus borrowed the wind to retain the clouds. Immediately, the clouds gathered together, and abundant rain burst forth from the heavens. Drought and plague were both driven away, and the people were saved.
Because Ganyu fought in the Archon War, right? So it must be before that. But after the dragons? Or somewhere in between those two?
Wow. That's incredible!
Mortal records add embellishments to dramatize past events. One did merely with one ought, and even if one had not interceded, the other Adepti would surely have stepped in to help.
Even so, you stopped an entire drought! Can you really control the weather like the book said? Oh, Paimon suddenly has a lot more respect for you. So it was Paimon's bad for calling you Illuminated Bird before. You're not too mad, are you?
How laughable. A name is but a simple label we carry with us on our journey through the world. Why would one be offended by such a trivial matter?
That's a relief. In that case, Paimon will continue to call you whatever feels right in the moment.
I didn't want to hear that final haha at the end, but what do you mean haha? Anyway, that's that meme.
Well, that is quite enough ancient history for now. Ganyu, have you had word from Shenhe?
Question.
One has heard that she procured a job recently. Have you any thoughts on her workplace? And what, pray tell, of her monthly remuneration? Moreover, does she find herself overly inundated with work? Is she allowed time off during Lantern Rite?
That is a lot of questions.
There is no cause for concern, Cloud Retainer. I introduced Shenhe to her employer personally.
Oh?
Wanmin Restaurant's business has been booming recently. So, with Chef Mao being swamped with customers, and Shangling still off and out in search of new recipes, I introduced Shenhe to staff the restaurant.
Interesting. Shenhe in a one-man restaurant?
I see. Most excellent indeed. One has had the pleasure of being introduced to that family. Xiangling is kind and astute, while her father is loyal and reliable. One has no cause to believe that they will make Shenhe's work difficult.
I don't know though, they're always like running low on food and staff, so it's probably going to be a pretty busy work. Although they are good people for sure. Also, I'm surprised she didn't mention Duoba at all. The actual prod that she's supposed to be, I don't know, aware of?
Now, it is almost time to partake in the victuals of noon. One shall visit Wanmin Restaurant in person and see how Shenhe is doing.
Sounds good.
Huh? But didn't you just say that you had something important to do?
Yeah, but
Can that wait until after we've eaten?
yes.
You may return to your work, Ganyu. One shall see to this matter on one's own. There will be many an occasion to dine together in the future. One is certain the opportunity shall present itself most readily.
Yeah, we have very urgent matters to attend to, but it can wait after the dinner at least.
Of course, Cloud Retainer. Please take care. Traveler, Paimon, I'll see you some other time.
Yes, see you soon, hopefully, don't you? Hopefully in the actual lantern, right?
See you around, Ganyu! Paimon was pretty quick on the uptake there, don't you think? As soon as
I
you
wouldn't say
mentioned
quick.
important business to attend to, Paimon realized that you were just looking to cut the conversation short and not take too much of Ganyu's time. Is Paimon right?
No, in fact, it was not an excuse. One is indeed visiting Liyue Harbor for an important purpose.
Wait, for real?
The moment is not yet upon
Feeling
us.
flowers of Madame.
Still, the truth will be revealed to you in time.
What if Master finds out?
She really seems to be playing up the whole mysterious Adeptus thing right now. Is it because we just heard that cool story about her powers?
I am kind of annoyed that she comes all this way in front of, like, here and does not talk to Madame Queen, though. Like, there is no way that, like, while Ganyu and Cloud Retainer is talking here, they're just kind of, like, ignoring Madame King. Who's, like, 20 meters away from them, like the other Adepti. I don't think she has anything unique to say here. Unfortunately not. I know, like, they're not in great terms, but I think last Lanternite they were doing better, so... I don't know, it's kinda sad that they don't really interact here. Maybe we'll see them interact again later, hopefully, in this event. If not in the story quest, at least in the Lanternite, I hope. But anyway... let's go to the restaurant. Nice. Great to see her.
You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, how can I not? Not even fine food is enough to distract from the presence of a fine lady, huh?
I mean, not wrong, but...
Oh, I'm far more interested in getting her details than ordering any dishes. Hey, how about you ask her?
You do it.
No. I think you should. Wait, she's coming.
What can I get for you today?
Oh no.
Greetings, miss. I was just wondering if you'd be willing to...
What would you like to order?
Oh no. She is very... threatening.
2 servings of Mora meat to go. Good chat. Bye.
She is completely emotionless. As usual.
Welcome. It's been a while. May I take your order?
Oh no. I forgot that's how she is, to be honest. It's been so long that since I last talked to Shenhe that I kind of forgot that she just kinda doesn't have emotions like normal people do because of like the curse and the red robes. But anyway, it's just weird.
Don't welcome us as guests and greet us as old friends in the same line. It's weird.
Been a while, Shenhe.
Mm-hmm.
Just straight face. No emotions, no nothing.
Oh,
And this is?
She's our friend.
This is Miss Xianyun.
Xianyun. Xianyun. Not Xianyun. Xianyun.
Master?
Oh no. Even shenhe is able to recognize her.
One does not recall ever revealing this form to you before. How were you able to ascertain one's true identity with such ease?
That is a good question.
I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10 years. I would recognize you no matter what form you take.
You...
Aww.
Is something the matter, Master?
Hardly. Hardly. One simply learned of your employment from your letter and came to check on your well-being.
And check out the great food, too.
Right.
Indeed. It's almost lunchtime. My apologies. I'm still on the clock and can't talk for very long.
No worries.
Well, if it isn't the traveler in Paimon, are you here for shenhe?
Yes.
The lunch rush isn't in yet, shenhe. So I've got things covered for now.
Nice.
Go ahead, sit down and enjoy some time with your friends. I'll let you know if things pick up.
Thank you, Chef Mao.
He is very nice. I'm gonna chat with shenhe. Let's talk to him.
I wonder where Xiangling's run off to this time.
That is a
If
good
you bump into
question.
her, please let her know that a new shipment of spices has come in. So it'd be nice if she could come home and take a look.
Right? Also, he has like the exact same model as the other guy from Baizhu Quest, which is a little rough, but you know, oh well. Eat and taste the chop suey. There we go. Oh, a nice meal.
It is just as one expected. The owner of Wanmin Restaurant is indeed a most reasonable and accommodating human. Still, the work here entails dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Shenhe?
Has it?
It's been manageable so far.
Okay.
I sometimes run into strange people, but I have figured out a way to deal with them.
Yeah, we just saw, I think.
Seems like you've been making progress. So by dealing with them, you mean...
Hopefully not hurting them.
First, I try to talk sense into them. If that doesn't work, I threaten them with violence. At this point, they usually decide they are in favor of a civil conversation.
I mean, at least, you know, you're not using the violence, but I mean, It's very hard to say anything to shenhe, which is, she has her reasons, but I'm always like, okay, yeah, great.
Oh, how should Paimon put this?
Well, at least you're not attacking random people on the street anymore, right?
Oh, a sensible plan. One is gladdened to see you integrate so well into human society.
So well, in quotation marks.
And you, Master? How have you been?
Simply marvelous. Though Mount Outsong has scarcely enjoyed your presence recently, one has hardly found the pleasure of one's own company to be lacking.
That's interesting.
I see. Oh, just as expected of Master.
She didn't know. What she means to say is she actually misses the two of you a lot.
I have missed Master quite a bit too. Even though work has been busy lately, I've already had a conversation with Chef Mao about taking some time off soon to visit Master.
That's nice.
Oh, you did? Do make note of such matters in your letters in the future. There's hardly a need to keep one in suspense.
Whoa, her mood shot up just like that.
Nice.
By the way, Master, since you are in Liyue Harbor, have you had the chance to visit Ganyu?
Yes, you just did
Indeed.
actually.
She is similarly preoccupied with her work. There was time only to exchange a few simple pleasantries.
Ganyu told us the story of Cloud Retainer's name. It was amazing. We never knew how powerful she was before.
I see. In that case, allow me to also share a story about Master's past.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh?
Is that a problem, Master? I believe this to be a good topic of conversation.
No, not a problem. One was simply caught off guard. But no matter, please, proceed. One is most curious to see how much of one's own conversational prowess you possess.
She's great at making conversations. I mean, light master, light student, even though I haven't even heard Shenhe's story yet. You know, I'm not expecting very much, considering apples don't fall too far from the tree.
Master once participated in a race against Mooncarver. After Mooncarver lost, he insisted that Master's ability to fly gave her a natural edge in such a contest. In response, Master agreed to forego flying in return for being able to use one of her devices in the race. Mooncarver accepted, only to find Master with a brand new device on the day of the contest.
Huh. What kind of device was it?
It was a mechanical vehicle made out of iron. What was it called again? Oh, an electro-powered bicycle?
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. One spent 49 days conceptualizing and crafting it. It need only be infused with adeptal energy, and it can cover thousands of miles in one day.
I would love to drive that, actually. Can we have that in game, please, Mons? I mean, yeah, Alana is quite fast, but you know, what if you could ride an electric bike?
Oh, it boggles the mind why Mooncarver ever supposed he might best me in a contest of locomotion. Though he sprinted with all his might, he could barely keep up. Alas, the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain. One was thwarted mere seconds from victory, when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the final stretch. Truly a most unfortunate turn of events. Anyway, do go on, Shenhe.
Just told the entire story the Shenhe was about to tell, but okay.
Master, that was the end of that story.
Is that so? Huh. With you gone, one has seldom felt the desire to call upon those old fossils for another contest. What is a race without spectators, after all?
Ooh, what if we had a race with everyone in the city as spectators?
Have you been lonely, Master?
That's a good question.
Lonely? Huh. At one's age, entire human generations come and go in the blink of an eye. Even one's own self-directed musings can span several days and nights.
So that's a yes.
'Tis a most foreign sentiment. The mere mention of it is preposterous.
She's not gonna admit it ever, so.
What is the reason for that look upon your face?
Nothing.
It's nothing. It's just... well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. But all it took was a few words out of your mouth and it's like you're back to being that illuminated bird again.
Oh, that's damage from Paimon.
I was just a little bit confused. Which one of the two is the real Cloud Retainer?
Both, obviously.
To me, they are both, Master.
Exactly.
One is the Master that's widely revered by the people, while the other is the Master that I respect and adore.
Huh. One finds oneself exalted yet again with sweet words of praise and flattery of a most extravagant nature. You chose to exalt one with your words, yet you refuse to grace Mount Outsong with your presence for any extended period of time. One would almost question the sincerity of your estimations.
She literally just said she would come visit. So don't be like that.
This is not to say that your words paint an inaccurate picture. One has always lived by a single ideal. Eschew all action and abide by no rule. One does as one pleases and speaks as one pleases. Others may critique or praise as they see fit, yet one places little weight in such judgments.
She got like, what, 2 sentences of flattery from her disciple? And it's as if her ego is about to burst.
Do you have any empty tables?
Oh no. We're gonna have to leave.
Hey there, could we get another fish stew?
Uh-oh. Seems like hitting up here, huh?
I'm hearing more guests come in. I should get back to work.
Alright, good luck with the lunchtime rush, Shenhe.
Good luck.
Mm-hmm. I'll try my best.
Just like as more and more guests begin to trickle in, Paimon heads to pushing to order food.
So much yummy food! Paimon's gonna feast!
Oh, I do love that star eyes. Oh yeah, don't they eat like flowers in the mountain? Is the food to your taste, Clouded Tainer?
One is fond of all kinds of delicacies and delights in a multitude of flavors. The dishes here demonstrate no shortage of culinary skill. Their unique flavor profile has left one more than satisfied. In fact, one has been struck by quite the fit of inspiration. One has already begun to conceptualize the next generation of supreme cuisine machines.
Oh, true. She was the inventor of the Supreme Cuisine machine. So she would know about the food already because that machine was doing all sorts of food.
Everything's so tasty! A bit too hot at times, but still super tasty.
Oh, that was a new animation, I think. That's like a eating with hands animation. I haven't seen that before. Oh, I'm kind of hungry now too. I'll probably go eat some dinner after this event.
I'm sorry, miss, but our tables are full.
Oh, I guess we gotta go.
Shall we try somewhere else, Granny?
Ooh, mysterious person.
But it smells so delightful. Can we really not eat here?
Oh.
My poor legs can't go on for much longer.
Well, you could always check with some of the other guests and see if anyone's happy to share a table.
Okay, I'll ask around.
I guess we'll have to share, huh? I mean, not that I mind.
Excuse me, would you mind letting us share a table with you? There are no empty tables left, so...
Ah, well, Paimon doesn't mind. What about you guys?
Oh, I wouldn't be able to say no if you asked like that. As long as you don't mind our chatter.
Great! Thanks so much. My name is Xianyun, and this is my granny, Yuendai.
Nice to meet you.
Granny?
What do you mean, Granny?
Yep. Is there something wrong with that?
Exactly, what's wrong?
No, Paimon's just a bit surprised. She looks so young.
Does she?
She's actually much older than she appears.
Okay. Does she recognize Taylor?
Granny, why don't you take a seat? Come on, it's not polite to stare.
True.
Huh. Have we met before?
No.
Tis a fated meeting, then. Please, take a seat.
Interesting. They know each other?
What would you like to eat, Granny? I can order for you.
I want braised earthworms. They always pop up out of the ground after a rainstorm.
What? Huh?
No, not this again. Granny, there's no braised earthworms on the menu.
Okay, that's really sus.
Braised earthworms? Well, that sounds weird. Do people actually eat that?
Yeah, it sounds really weird.
Right, that's what Paimon was thinking too. Need any help?
Yeah.
Help? Oh, do you mean with Granny? Thanks, that's nice of you to offer. Granny has pretty bad dementia, so her memory's getting worse all the time. She's always saying things that sound kinda confusing.
That's not good.
Actually, her memory's been bad ever since I was little. But it's gotten so bad lately that I even have to remind her who I am every morning.
What about your parents?
They died young. It's just me and Granny now.
That's rough.
Oh, but it's okay. Don't feel bad. Granny loves me a lot, and I love her a lot too. Sure, it's hard at times, but you just gotta make the best of the life you've got.
Yes, sir.
Wow, you're really tough for your age, kid.
You're too kind.
And me? Oh, what about me?
You're tough too, Granny. Plus, you're really gentle, and you're always there for me.
Yes, and it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still remember the important things.
Yeah, you do?
Wait, what was that really important thing again?
Of course. Well, you know, it's the attempt that counts, I guess.
Ah, I remember now. It was a dream. I had a dream where everything was dark. Someone was standing in front of me. She told me to come and find her, and that once I'd found her, I would be free.
Okay, first, that sounds really dark. Second, I just noticed her hairpin, which is definitely planned to attain her light. I mean, not as extravagant, but it's definitely interesting.
Huh? That sounds super important. But how come you've never told me about it before?
True.
It was just a dream, so I forgot about it. But I'm in a good mood now, and somehow I remembered it again.
Interesting.
You know, I believe I've had this dream a great many times. But just how many times have I had it? Now that I do not remember.
Huh.
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky. Oh, does that mean you're possessed?
I mean, it is definitely spooky.
Unlikely. Her eyes are clear and her breathing remains calm and level. One sees no signs of possession.
Are you sure?
You sound sure.
Who do you take me for? Is one not an adept? Am I not an expert?
I mean, yeah.
You're right. Paimon almost forgot you're the expert. In that case, do you still remember what the person in your dreams looked like, Granny?
Not anymore. Although, I have a sense that she looked rather like me. But not as I am now. My younger self.
A younger version of Granny? This is just getting weirder and weirder. What is going on here?
Yeah, who's those weirdos that just like come up and sit next to us and start talking, you know? Just weird, man.
As one said, fate must have brought us together. You may leave this situation to me.
Oh?
Are you sure? So, what are your names? Paimon's Paimon.
Paimon's Paimon, and I'm Nova the Traveler.
Just Xianyun is fine.
Thank you all so much for offering to help. But first, I'm sorry for asking, but, how do you want us to pay you back? Oh, we don't need any payment for this.
True. We just do streams for free, apparently, in this game. Because we're just curious about your situation and want to help if we can.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. But Miss Xianyun, what exactly can we do to help out this granny?
Good question.
All we have to go off is that dream. Where do we start?
That is elementary. Since her dreams portray her younger self, then we shall retrace the steps of her youth. Once we have revisited those places, her memories will likely return.
Interesting. This is where the quest gets more boring, I think, because I'm getting bored already.
Sounds like a plan. So, Granny, do you remember which places you went to when you were young?
Before even visiting those places, I'm like, ah, this is such a chore.
Why, of course I do. The heavens above, the earth below, the wispy clouds, and the emerald mountain streams.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be Liyue if a quest required you to visit like at least 3 different random places for no reason.
Okay, taking that as a no. I might have an idea.
Oh?
Once, when I was really little, my dad told me that Granny used to be a martial artist heroine who saved loads of people from a disaster.
Interesting.
If it's true, then maybe they wrote about it in the history books or something.
Ooh.
A martial arts heroine? Oh, Shinto knows tons about Liyue's chivalric traditions. If anyone knows about the heroes of the past, it's him. Let's go find him at the Xianyun Commerce Guild!
Okay, never mind. I do want to see him
Are
actually.
you leaving already? But I'm still hungry.
Oh, you stay and eat here.
I'll go order some food, Granny. If there's nothing on the menu you especially want, I'll just get a few different things.
Yeah, just make sure you don't eat, earthworms.
It seems we must part ways for now. The Traveler and Paimon are bound for the Xianyun Commerce Guild, while Yuendai and Shuyu shall remain here and partake of their lunch. As for myself, I have matters to discuss with Streetward Rambler.
Yes, finally going to see Madam Ping. Unfortunately, I don't think we get to see that, but maybe we can just try to teleport and listen.
Streetward Rambler? Oh, you mean Madam Ping!
Yes.
Precisely. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace once you are ready.
Alright. So let's go to Eugene Terrace and see Madam Ping immediately.
Food is unbelievable.
I think that's what we're going to do instead. Let's talk to them before you leave, though, just to make sure you don't miss any dialogue.
Where are you going, Granny? Don't you like the food?
Fresh milk. I need to buy you some fresh milk.
Huh?
Milk?
Why?
You need to drink milk before eating, or the spicy food will make you cry. Hush, little one. Don't cry.
Granny, you're forgetting things again. I'm not a little baby anymore. I can eat spicy food now. Even the super spicy dishes, like their fish stew. I can eat 2 whole bowls, no problem.
Wonderful. How wonderful. My darling granddaughter is all grown up.
This hits a little too close to home, to be honest with me, but... Well, I'm just not gonna talk about it. Let's go and... before going there, I kinda wanna see... Madam Ping. And see if they're there. You can see the textures loading slowly. What's that tree doing down there? There, right now it's now. Unfortunately, it seems she hasn't made it here yet, so I guess we'll just see them on our way back. Let's go see Shinchu for now. Normally he would be near the bookstore. He's in front of the guild instead. That also makes sense.
Huh. It's you two. What brings you here?
Shincho! Great, we found you! We wanted to ask you about something.
Yes. Yeah, explain the situation.
That's not a whole lot of information to go off of. I don't know if I can say for sure.
Anything helps.
I can't pinpoint her identity from your description alone. But considering her age, I am reminded of a nameless heroine who's been featured in various chivalric novels.
It's probably correct.
Nameless heroine?
That's right. The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago.
Oh?
As the people suffered, a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away evil spirits in bandit camps. The people idolized her, but never learned her name.
A great drought. You know that other trainer can fight against droughts, but the one Ganyu mentioned happened before Ganyu was born, so like thousands of years ago. But it could have been that she just appeared and did it again. So is this one talking about Pladutain instead of that woman? Quite a lot to think about for now. I can't really put my finger on what the situation is yet.
All they knew was that she always acted alone. Later, though, she supposedly fell in love with a similarly noble-minded exorcist from Mount Tianheng. They were well matched in more ways than one, often fighting together as a fearsome duo of otherworldly strength. After the drought ended, the heroine and the exorcist left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountains. All that remained were tales of her incredible accomplishments. The way this nameless heroine faded from fame into obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from Miss Yuendai. I hope that's somewhat helpful.
Thanks a lot, Xingqiu. We knew it'd be worth talking to you.
It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I did do a bit of extra research on her story, but it was just out of personal curiosity.
When did you do that? We literally just told you.
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super cool. Oh, wait, Xingqiu, if you've read up on her, do you know of any places often associated with her?
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine always appeared near one of 3 places. Wangshu Inn, the area just north of Jueyun Karst, and Xianyun Peak.
Wangshu Inn? That's weird.
Perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired the character was also often seen near those 3 places. That would explain why those locations appear in the various novels written about her.
I guess it would make sense why she's drawn to Wangshu Inn again. That's about her. But anyway, thanks, Xingqiu.
You're welcome. To be honest, I found some parts of the story confusing when I first came across it. If Miss Yuendai was indeed the original inspiration for the character, she may just be able to help me put the pieces together. It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade into obscurity during their lifetime, even after retiring from the public eye. But no one ever saw or heard from the nameless heroine again. There were even rumors that she became extremely ill.
That makes sense.
I've never understood why someone would go to such lengths to erase themselves from public memory. It's almost as if she was trying to hide from something. There's probably far more to the story than what's been written.
Oh, this sus.
We'll be sure to tell you if we manage to uncover the truth.
Yes.
That's a deal. Perhaps, behind the truth of it all, there lies a story more fantastical than any work of fiction.
Also,
Paimon feels like we just learned so much from Xingqiu. A drought, a nameless heroine, a life of seclusion. Wait, why does the story sound super familiar?
it sounds like Cloud Designer, of course.
Oh, right! There's a drought in this story, too! Xingqiu, are droughts super common in Liyue or something?
Well, they used to be. But people have long since developed methods to prevent them, like by cultivating the soil or digging canals. So while droughts do happen from time to time, they are rarely regarded as true disasters. The drought 50 years ago is probably one of the worst we've had in the last several centuries. The crops withered, the streams ran dry, and the monsters in the mountains became rabid and agitated. Countless caravans were attacked, and people who lost their homes came together to form bandit groups. What started as a natural disaster soon became a human tragedy as well.
Interesting.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, and that's exactly why the nameless heroine was so beloved. She must have been someone of true integrity, to do so much for the people while asking nothing in return. Still, as terrible as that drought was, it was nothing compared to the truly calamitous disasters that befell this land in ancient times. They say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more common. Only the strongest of Adepti could hope to dispel the ruin and devastation. Do you have any other questions?
No, I think you spoke like a lot longer than I needed you to.
We're good for now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyun and the others again.
Yeah, I am getting sleepy already.
Paimon hopes that Granny Yuendai will be able to remember more of her past. She used to be a great hero who saved many people. So sad that she can't recall any of it. Anyway, we'll be off now. See you some other time, Xingqiu. Thank you so much for your help.
It's no problem at all. Safe travels.
From here, go meet the other trainer. I don't know, I need to. I wonder if it's a coincidence or? Well, it's not raining in the city though, so I guess it's just a coincidence in that case.
I have recorded the tune that you requested. I hope it will be of help to you.
Ooh, a tune.
Oh, thank you.
She looks so smart.
Straight word, Ping. What has amused you so?
Oh, it's no serious matter. I was just reminiscing about the last time I saw you in this form. Time has wrought such change in this world, and yet you appear just the same as ever.
You could have been in the same situation as well.
Time has little bearing on one's existence, nor has one keenly felt its effects whilst dwelling at Mount Outsong. Nevertheless, Ping, one would like to seek your counsel on a personal matter.
Oh, why so formal all of a sudden? I must say, you're making me a little nervous. What is it?
Well, the inquiry is as such.
Oh, she was kind of sad about it too.
Approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor, not unlike the one that you yourself lead?
I see. You kind of want to live among the people.
It does not require as much as you may think. Still, do you mean that...
Cloud Retainer, Madam Ping! What are you two talking about?
Nothing save for some trivial matters. Have you unearthed any useful details?
Shinto has a theory, but let's save it for when Chuyu and Miss Yundai have joined up with us again.
Okay. So, and they join us immediately after. So, okay.
Do not be troubled, young lady. Here, have some tea.
Thank you so much. What do you think, Chuyu? Does it match up with what you know of your granny? According to the story, the nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist from Mount Tianheng. Maybe that's my grandpa.
Well, do you know your grandpa? The exorcist from Mount Tianheng?
I don't have many memories of him, but there was this one time I found a box in our attic full of a bunch of weird sigils.
We can visit those 3 places mentioned in the books.
I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
What marvelous tea. I can taste the dew's sweetness in this cup. It's as if I was taking a stroll in the mountains, thoroughly one with nature and at peace.
Is that so? Then please drink as much as you like. There's no need to hurry. At our age, it's always nice to slow down and take the time to appreciate pleasant conversation among friends.
Thank you.
Alright, let's rest here for a little while then.
Okay, since we have the time, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Sure thing. What would you like to know? I have a secret I want to tell you. Let's go talk over there.
Oh? Okay.
Please be mindful of your personal safety. This is a peaceful neighborhood.
What's wrong, Shuyu? Well, I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant, but are you guys all adepti in disguise?
Yes, I am the Adepti.
Oh! How about that?
Why would you ask that?
Well, you guys just seem super special. Plus, I think I might have heard Miss Xianyun call herself an adeptus. Oh, must have been a slip of the tongue. Xianyun, since you were the one who, misspoke, maybe you can explain to Shuyu here what you really meant by that.
Yeah, Xianyun.
One is indeed an adeptus. Is that of some concern to you?
Immediately. Oh, well, okay. There you go.
I knew it.
You don't really sound surprised at all.
Well, one time when I was a little kid, I saw a pure white illuminated crane.
You did?
I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. I was feeling all icky and gross. But then this snowy white crane flew down from the sky. She put me on her back and flew me to her cool Adeptus house and fed me some sort of magic potion. When I woke up, I was already back in my bed and my fever was gone.
Huh.
I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to stay awake, so I never got the chance. So I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe any of you have ever met an Adeptus like that?
A pure white illuminated crane? The only two we've ever met are blue and white and black and brown.
True.
Have you ever met one that's pure white, Cloud Retainer?
Well, that's true. She's not pure white. She's green-blue. I don't...
Never has one met an Adeptus with such features. One surmises such a description is but a hyperbolic embellishment that oft results from narrative accounts.
That's weird. Was it really just a dream then? Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much anyway. All I really want is to help Granny recover her memories.
Leave it to us! Now that we know the 3 locations, we just need to visit them one by one.
Assuming it works.
Let's go to Wangshu Inn first.
Okay, I'll go get Granny.
I guess. Do we meet Zhao there? Hopefully. We'll see. I'm hoping that we're gonna keep meeting interesting characters, because otherwise this plotline is quite boring. At least so far. Might develop into something more interesting, but just visiting places is not that interesting at all. So before I teleport, does Madam Ping gonna have anything unique to say to us? Is what I want to know. Let's go.
Leaving already? Well, just remember that you can come over for a cup of tea anytime.
Thanks, Madam Ping. Very cool. Okay, now we can teleport. Wangshu Inn. I would like to see Zhao if he's available. You know, there's a good chance he might be around. But I guess we'll find out. When this loads, of course, it's not gonna be very fast. Not that slow either.
Wangshu Inn. Wangshu Inn.
Does it give me, Inazuma vibes? Like the tree and the temple? I don't know. I never really know this before, I guess.
Do you remember this place, Granny?
Yes. The fish here is very delicious. And if you look out into the distance, you can always spot a bird that's been left behind by its flock.
That's not a good thing.
I believe I used to have a room here. It had a window. Yes, I spent a lot of time looking out that window. Which room was it again? Let me look.
I'll come with.
Okay. Huh.
Paimon's still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's so familiar with this place, that must mean she lived here, right? Wait, huh?
Huh?
Whoa! Zhao!
Oh, there he is.
All of a sudden, you scared the living daylights out of Paimon!
Nice to see you, Zhao.
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look.
Well?
If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for concern.
Are you talking to me or the Cloud Retainer?
It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you have returned to your previous form.
So you met her in this form before?
I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions during the Archon War.
Guess that makes sense.
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war? Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Like what?
Behold,
glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang Continuous Fire Mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
Ah, that's really good, actually. Ben continues fire mechanism. That's great.
An impressive imitation.
10 out of 10, Paimon. 10 out of 10.
Paimon knows her all too well.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti sigils is just as formidable as her skill in mechanics. The Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
Guess that makes sense.
A Cloud Retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still have for such a shape? When dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles and troubles of the mortal world, a mortal form is hardly the most fitting of choices.
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor, and always in her avian form. Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago when she decided to don her human form.
Why do you say that?
I believe it was for the purpose of...
I guess he's not gonna let them say it.
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
Oh, we might find out soon.
Granny, are you okay? Back then, at this place,
Is it?
Perhaps this conversation should end here. I shall take my leave now.
Is it related to the unnamed heroine? Well, I guess he's not gonna tell me.
Should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name. However, given that you are traveling with Cloud Retainer, I trust you are in good hands.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Everyone, I think Granny is finally beginning to remember her past.
Oh, that's nice.
Slowly now, calm your mind and recount what has been recalled.
A long time ago, I stayed here to recuperate from my illness.
Huh. So what Shinjo said was true. You did fall ill. Was that why you went into hiding?
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name of my illness. The only thing I can remember is that it took a great toll on me, and there was no cure for it. I was confined to my room in Wangshu Inn, where I spent many days unconscious. I'd come to every once in a while and stare at the migrating birds outside the window. It was a solemn sight. I remember crying, but I'm not even sure I knew why.
Was she a bird before? Was she that? I think that's the conclusion I'm coming to. She wants to eat earthworms. She's like, she looks at the birds. She's like, looks at the bird that is left behind. She's a bird adepti, or at least some kind of bird. That's the conclusion I have come to at this point.
One day, I met a traveling merchant. Upon hearing of my illness, he sold me a bottle of soul-revitalizing tea pills. He told me that the pills were concocted using Adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my symptoms. Sure enough, I made a full recovery. My illness remained dormant for several decades after that.
Oh, okay. That immediately counters my theory. Is she that this medicine is related to a bird adepti then? The dementia you're suffering from is actually...
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going through now is just a relapse of what happened all those years ago? And it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check? Paimon's brain kinda hurts. Do you remember anything else?
I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, if only I wasn't so useless.
Hey, you're not useless. You've done so much for me. Watched me grow up. Raised me. How could you say that about yourself?
Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just a bit frustrated. That's all.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is always superior to not finding anything at all. Let us make haste to the next location.
Next location. Next location. Oh, why don't we go to the area north of Dwayun Karst next?
Sorry, I'm just getting distracted. This no. Let's just
There
join cars.
isn't really a landmark there, so where should we start? Oh, Paimon's got it. Let's check out the houses in the area first.
That would
After
make
all,
sense.
if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right? Oh, Paimon's really got her thinking cap on today. At this rate, we'll recover all of Granny Wendai's memories in no time.
I kind of want to call it a day almost, because this is getting kind of boring, but we might as well finish it, since we're not that far away from the end of the event, I don't think, but could be wrong, but this is just so much effort. Yeah, the train's here. I'm not into the random event, not with this team anyway. Let's go look at this house.
Why are there so many treasure hoarders here? Guess it's time to round up some bad guys.
Alright, let's go. Nice.
Do you remember anything about this place, Granny Wendai?
Let me think. I feel like I've been here before.
Oh?
But I don't think I stayed here too long.
Ah.
I might have just rested here briefly before continuing on my way.
Got it.
Oh, we tried.
That's okay. There are still plenty of other places we can check.
Just we keep
Wait
going.
a second. If I remember correctly, I believe I brought... yes. I brought some sweet snacks with me. Go on, take some. You need to eat a lot if you want to grow big and strong.
Oh, thank you. Then Paimon will help herself.
Of course, fine, Unreal. Go. Oh, it's morning time.
Paimon sees an abandoned house. Why don't we take a break over there?
This place... it's...
Oh, we got it?
Did you remember something, Granny?
I remember. Shuyu. This is where your father was born.
Oh.
It was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit.
Oh?
I had exhausted my strength when the labor pains came on, so we took refuge in this house. Your grandpa set up a barrier outside, but neither of us knew if it could hold the monsters back.
Barrier.
I remember that night. I remember falling to my knees, reciting a prayer over and over. I alone am the source of this sin. Punish me as you wish for forsaking my oath, but spare my innocent child.
But didn't our child die? But clearly this didn't work. But what sin are we talking about?
Sin? Oath? Did you do something wrong?
It's definitely getting more and more. I'm curious.
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember praying in the darkness with all my strength until the sun finally rose again and the fog cleared out. Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries. That baby was your father. I remember I clutched him tight to my chest and wept tears of joy. It was the first time I'd ever felt such happiness in my life.
My dad?
He was my pride and joy, and so are you, Xianyun. You're so much like him, and I love you both so much. But you're always going to be different from me. Why? Just what did I do?
Huh.
I don't care what you might have done, Granny. You'll always be the person I love more than anything.
You're too sweet, Xianyun.
know
I'm
if this
lucky
went
to
really
have
sad.
you with me. If not for you, I would
I
not
don't
have
like
had
sad
the
events.
courage to come here, to try to remember what I had forgotten. All right, let's not stand around any longer. There's one place left, yes? Let's go take a look.
Yeah, let's go.
If
Let's
one
not.
recalls correctly, the next place should be Xianyun Peak. You and I, how fares your health?
Hopefully this doesn't speak to dialogue. I guess we'll find out.
I may be a bit
Very good.
slow, but I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Climb on, I shall carry you to the top. Oh, such lightness of weight.
All those who grow old grow frail in the end, do they not? First, you lose your memory, then your health. Eventually, you end up losing everything. My only wish is to depart this world with a lucid mind, to free myself of this torment and the burden it places upon others.
Fret not, you have my aid in this endeavor.
Whew. We're finally here. Does this place feel familiar to you, Granny Wendai?
Let me see. How strange. Have I lived here before?
We are bored.
When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of familiarity. I could easily picture myself in those places.
Are you not familiar with this place at all, then?
But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't leave a strong impression on me.
Hmm.
But did the stories get it wrong then?
Well, I guess we can't expect them to get everything right.
Yeah, that's true. But they're also the only thing we have to go off of.
Huh.
Paimon was hoping this place would jog Granny Wendai's memory just like the others.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to disappoint you two.
It's all right. We're not going to give up yet.
Oh, no, Tug.
We'll figure something else out. Just you wait.
Thank you. If only I could remember. Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
Oh.
Oh, let Paimon look! Huh? Isn't that Mount Outsong? Looks like we've come full circle.
Mount Outsong. Mount Outsong. Granny, are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you can't remember. You shouldn't do something that makes you sad. Mount Outsong, What am I really?
Mount Outsong holds some familiarity to you?
It does, but I can't go back.
Oh.
Are you feeling unwell?
My head, it feels all heavy and dizzy. What is wrong with me?
Cloud, Miss Xianyun, is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Outsong.
But...
Fret not, all will be well. You and I, you have already given more than enough to the pursuit of this endeavor. You may leave the rest to me. I've prepared something that can aid you in suppressing the fear in your heart and restoring your lost memories. It currently resides at Mount Outsong.
Oh.
Wait, really? When did you do that?
He probably knows what's going on anyway.
I never leave anything to chance. All will reveal itself when we arrive.
And do we get to use you to jump up? No, but we did that to you at least. No, I do have Kazuha. The real Anemo Archon. Kazuha.
Come on, just tell Paimon already! What's this thing you've prepared?
Yeah.
Here, this is it.
Huh?
Wait.
But isn't
that?
this the mechanism that you were tinkering with when we first got here?
Well, you had that for a very long time.
Invention of yours.
Precisely. A recent one at that. I am most pleased with the result. I call it the Suspensus Somnium mechanism.
Doesn't mean anything to
Periodically
me.
releases a soft breeze, which when paired with a gentle adeptal tune, can help the listener subconsciously relax and even enter a semi-hypnotic state.
Oh.
Soothing agitation and anxiety, relieving exhaustion and insomnia, its potential uses are numerous indeed. And of course, it can also aid in the recovery of lost memories.
Can it?
Whoa, what
Okay.
a cool gadget! But if you had it all along, why did you keep it to yourself until just now?
Yeah.
We could have come to Mount Outsong right off the bat and saved time on a lot of floating.
True.
How preposterous. Had you and I not recalled much of her past through her own efforts, the device would have nothing to draw upon. We Adepti can only help those who first resolve to help themselves. Had she lacked such determination and strength of character, one would have little to offer in way of assistance.
Paimon thinks she gets it now.
I don't.
Hey, what's that other thing?
As previously mentioned, a gentle adeptal tune is required to take full advantage of the mechanism. One secured such a tune from Streetward Rambler. Only with her melodies can the mechanism reach its peak power.
Whoa, Paimon can feel what you mean. Paimon's body feels light as a feather. It's as if
The
she's
music
lying
is
down
nice.
on a warm patch of grass after a super satisfying meal.
Putting me to sleep too now,
And
Paimon.
you and I. Is the mechanism helping you to relax?
I guess that's a yes.
It appears she has already succumbed to the depths of reverie. Come, join one on this side. We shall give her some time to herself.
Putting me to sleep too.
The drought is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion. It's nearly run its course.
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a second.
Please. Please, no.
She used the potion.
Have you forgotten? This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning dew, perfectly straddled betwixt the realms of heaven and earth. This is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left. The you of the past, the me from not that long ago. We should have never.
She was a bird. I was correct on that, I think. I think.
So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so familiar.
Granny!
Oh, let's see.
Granny, are you okay?
Cloud Retainer.
And she recognizes her now.
Your memories have returned.
Wait, did you just call her by her full name? Does that mean you already knew each other?
Yes. I now remember everything. Everything.
Okay, that's you.
Granny, please don't cry. I'm here. I'm here. Oh, don't worry, my dear child. Granny is fine. I'm so sorry, everyone. You've gone to so much trouble on my behalf. It's all come back to me now. The most important thing that I had forgotten was the truth of what I once was.
One can sense the guilt that now plagues your conscience. Reclaiming a truth long buried is sure to come with a myriad of complex emotions. Perhaps one should recount the story on your behalf while you compose yourself.
Oh, that's...
No, it's okay. Now that I've remembered, I must face my memories head on. Xianyun, everyone, I cannot thank you enough for all your help. I'm ready to tell you my story, if you're willing to listen.
Better be animated.
Don't force yourself. What happened in the past doesn't matter. I love you more than anything. Nothing you say can change that. I know, dear child. My feelings for you are exactly the same. It is for this reason that you deserve to know the truth. Some time ago, I made a terrible mistake. One for which I could never atone.
Is this the sin that you mentioned in Xianyun Karst? What happened?
Oh no, it's not animated, is it?
I am, in truth, not a human being. My real form, one that I held for centuries, was that of a wild crane.
Yes,
I spent
hold it.
many years living on Mount Outsong, bathing in the soft breeze and drinking the sweet dew of the mountains. At some point, I somehow gained wisdom and sentience. The Lord of the Mountain, Cloud Retainer, became aware of my existence and began to share many stories with me. She even passed on the secret of cultivation to me. Though she never took me on as a formal disciple, I always saw her as my master. Whenever she took out her tools to work on mechanisms or new inventions, I would also stand next to her and watch. I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adeptus in my own right. I followed her teachings, and time gradually passed us by. Until that fateful day 50 years ago.
50 years ago?
During the drought, that's shortly you.
That's right. Master regaled me with many stories of her past deeds. From them, I learned how she had saved people from a similar crisis in the past. She was the one I looked up to the most. More than anything, I dreamt of becoming an adeptus like her. I wanted to travel the land like she had, relieving suffering wherever I went. But I was still far from being a real adeptus. I possessed no ability to take on human form and fit in with the crowd. Once she learned of my desires, Master prepared a special dose of human mimicry potion for me. She warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years, and if I were to fail to return to my original form at the end of that time, I would forever forget my past as a crane and become something neither human, beast, nor adeptus.
Oh no. So that was the source of your dementia all along.
So you never turned back into a train.
Was it because of Grandpa? Indeed, I fell in love. Though he was human, he had spent his entire life training on Mount Tianheng. When we met, it was not only my first foray into the world below, but his as well. Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, he cared deeply about the world and wanted, more than anything, to cleanse it of all pain and suffering. I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to tick away. Those 10 years passed by in a flash. Yet I did not want to leave his side, so I...
Oh no. What happened next?
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain and suffering, even if it meant that I would eventually turn into a monstrosity. I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face her. So I wrote her a long letter instead and asked someone to leave it outside her abode. I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face. In my shame, I fled and tried to hide from the world, such that no one would be able to find me again.
So that's why the name is Xianyun, hid herself away.
But that was only the beginning of my troubles. I began to suffer from a strange illness. My memories became hazy and confused, and I could no longer keep myself awake. I understood that my pain was caused by my refusal to return to the life I was fated to lead. Along with my memories as a crane, I soon forgot the true cause of my suffering as well. I knew only that I had committed a sin. All I could do was pray for forgiveness, even if I had long forgotten what needed to be forgiven. Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortunate coincidence that we were there at the same time. If it weren't for those soul-revitalizing tea pills, I probably would have...
Granny! What's wrong?
It wasn't a coincidence.
Why did I ever think it was a coincidence? Tea pills concocted using the blood of an adeptus? No, it couldn't be. Master, don't tell me. Back then, that merchant was actually...
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order when one's progeny is wedded, would it not? Consider the pills a symbol of one's best wishes.
So when I tried to conceal my name and mistakes from the world and hide myself away in perpetuity, the only person I managed to deceive was myself. You knew where I was all along.
One still remembers when you were but a fledgling. You possessed a certain fondness for a particular game. You would hide yourself among a group of wild cranes and ask one to pick you out from among the flock. One found you with such ease every time. 'Tis a truth most evident. One always recognizes one's own. no matter what form they may take.
Wait! Paimon's confused!
Okay, what's up, Paimon?
So, Cloud Retainer, you found Yuendai again? But how? When? And what happened after that?
Perhaps it is now time for one to recount the rest of the tale.
Alright, do we do the animation yet? I think we do, finally. Oh, but the loading screen is not great. Yeah, I got wind at the moment. So that's all. Oh, there we go, Electro. Oh, okay. I'm Xianyun now.
One
Ganyu?
was furious upon receiving your letter. Seized with anger, one set out to bring you to your senses.
Where we go? Is that? Yeah, it's E3. So we get 2 stacks of the still. And this thing, which is a lot of words. The damage chef at 18,000. So weird. Obviously terrible artifacts. I still have not got our skills. But I think it's fine.
Yeah! Skyward!
Ooh. So is this what this place looked like? That's actually pretty cool. I haven't been to this location before, have we?
In truth, one had more than a few misgivings about your chosen partner. As an exorcist, his talent was lacking. One could hardly say his skill with sigils was any better. But soon, one came to appreciate the devotion he bestowed upon you during your illness. He never uttered a complaint and rarely left your side. Unwilling to begrudge someone of such character, one decided to overlook his aforementioned deficiencies. Glaring though they may have been, wishing to grant you a life without regrets, one gathered many divine ingredients and used one's own blood to create a form of medicine. Though imperfect, it managed to suppress the more dire effects of your illness. As for how to deliver the medicine, after much contemplation, one eventually decided to perform the deed oneself. One took great care to alter one's features and select the
Amazing.
appropriate attire. Only after meticulous scrutiny did one finally set out for Wangshu Inn.
I love
As
the
one
facial hair.
expected, you were most ignorant of one's true identity. You showed not even the slightest inkling of recognition. One was quite torn. Should one have celebrated the success of one's disguise, or mourn the loss of your acquaintance?
Well, if you're disguising yourself, probably you're like wanna not be seen. No. Oh. Okay, well that did not work. So if I hit left click, she just does a plunging attack, which I should not be doing if I want to cross.
Yeah! Skyward!
Oh. Does boom, 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 and then. Oh. I just found the. Oh, okay. You have a bridge here.
Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter, if you are amenable. Even considering your loss of memory, one was simply flabbergasted that you could so easily forget the consequences of consuming medicine infused with Adeptal blood. Its proclivity to attract monsters is hardly that complicated of a concept to remember. To think that you tried to travel while weak from sickness and heavy with child. Had one not intervened to clear the fog, all of you would have been lost during the night.
There's the barrier. Get to fight now.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter!
This one.
Skyward! Scatter!
Pulling up first one here.
Stray clouds converge! Skyward! Scatter!
I like Zhao.
Those monsters would hardly have pursued you with such ferocity without sufficient incentive. They were likely incited by the presence of godly remains.
Godly remains again. This is where it
Said
connects to
godly
Baizhu.
remains, in turn, were likely drawn to the trace of one scent on your body. One was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. Some of the gods were likely shattered by contraptions of one's very making. In the end, one was relieved to see you endure through the night. At the break of dawn, one heard an infant's cry pierce through the air, and one saw you carefully cradle the child to your chest. Although certain mortal matters remain foreign to me, one could not help but be moved by your joy. To see you happy, that was more than enough.
But then what happened? That's the real question, isn't it? Why did it...
Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait, but if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
Ah, one had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale.
Oh. They were back to the US. No Jean-Li listening to stories here though. You do that to my channel. Oh, not that one.
Just as you and I troubled one with her antics, so did you give one many a headache. Upon finding you burning with fever, one made plans to bring you back to one's abode for treatment. However, upon seeing one's form, you began to cry, refusing to get on one's back. When one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not possibly be a true Adeptus, because all illuminated cranes are white from tip to toe. One had no choice but to apply powder to one's body to conceal the variegated nature of one's appearance. You became more than amenable enough when one stood before you devoid of any other coloring. It bears mentioning, however, that as a crane, Yuandai was nearly entirely pure white in color. Though you had never encountered her in that form, you still recognize the essence of her being. Perhaps fate brought you two together in more ways than one.
Wait, but how did like his dad die and stuff? That's like just unexplained at the moment. Because that says that's the grandchild, is she not? Or is she...
Now all has been revealed.
she
One
died
owes you an
I'm
apology,
confused.
you and I. One recognized you upon your very entrance into Wanmin restaurant. One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing with Ganyu and Shenhe. Indeed, one wished to bring your story to a satisfactory end with this visit to Liyue Harbor. Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Had one simply informed you of all you had lost, all those cherished memories would merely have become the fictionalized account of another. Memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who lived through them. Would you not agree? even if the process was painful and arduous to experience. Have you any further inquiries?
Master, I must ask, if you found me all those years ago, why did you leave me be, even though you knew about my mistake? Why did you not bring me back to Mount Outsong by force?
One has never regarded your action as a mistake. It was a simple choice, nothing more. When it is time for one's progeny to leave the nest, it is the responsibility of an elder to let them fly free. Yet, when your wings grow weary and the night grows dark, just know that you always have a place to which to return. 'Tis a refuge referred to by many a name in mortal writing. Home, nest, haven. Whatever its denomination may be, its essence remains quite unchanged. One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike one's own abode. One's disciples are free to come and go as they wish, yet the door remains forever open to those who wish to return. One rather hopes you count yourself among them.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You and I. One expects you too have sensed the rapid deterioration of your condition as of late. Have you not? 40 years ago, you chose a path without a future. Though one used one's own blood to provide you with a few decades of extra time, it merely delayed the inevitable. One may have extended the path, yet one was unable to alter its final destination. Even the power of an Adeptus has its limits. Had your condition continued to deteriorate, you would have forgotten your life as a human entirely. In the end, you would have turned into a creature lacking in the ability to even comprehend its own monstrousness. Fortunately,
That's pretty scary.
you were able to avoid that scenario by reclaiming your memories. Though one sped the process along by providing some guidance, the result is entirely a reflection of your own effort.
So, what's gonna happen to Granny?
Well, that's the real question.
One will help her reclaim her original form as a wild crane. If it be fated, she may recover her sentience one day.
She's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
What about the little girl then?
Master, you've already done more than enough for me. I don't know how I could possibly repay your kindness. This is a better result than I could have ever hoped for. How much time do I have left?
Not long. The transformation is imminent.
Granny? Please don't leave, okay? You're all I have left. Please.
Don't be sad, dear child. Granny has led a wonderful life. My only regret is having to leave you behind. Don't forget to eat well, okay? A growing young lady like yourself needs lots of good food to grow big and strong. Promise Granny you'll take good care of yourself when I'm gone.
I promise, Granny. I'll do whatever you say.
Good girl, good girl. Don't worry. It's not goodbye forever. Granny's gonna become the most formidable crane in all of Mount Outsong. Granny will train day and night.
Well, maybe the
I
second
won't
most
stop until I can turn
formidable
into a
crane.
human without having to rely on anything but my own power. When that day comes, we'll be able to live together again. You and I. How's that sound?
Good.
That's a good girl. Even though we won't see each other for a little while, as long as we both work
You mean
hard,
it's like that?
we're
That's
sure to
bad.
meet again someday.
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise. And I'll wait for you, no matter how long it takes. I'll wait for you to come back.
That's a good girl. Then Granny really has no more regrets. I'm so sorry, Master. Thank you for everything.
For oh, and
Xiu.
Let her be. At her age, crying is a natural, if not fitting, response to such an event. Tears are a necessary part of maturation. Sometimes there is scarcely a better vehicle to wash away the toll of stress and misery. Now that the issue has been resolved, you should also take a moment to relax. Give yourself some time to rest. Take a nap if you must. One will wake you in due time.
is it not over yet? You look comfy. Already? Or is this a dream? Oh, that's how I used to eat her.
I always believed we would see each other again. That our days of separation would finally end. And all my troubles would be behind me.
No, that's sad.
If only things could stay this way forever.
A nightmare? Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up.
Paimon. Oh, there she is. She's still sleeping.
Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it.
Oh, that's so nice.
Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you.
Thanks, Mommy.
After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
That was very sweet. Oh, look at Paimon.
Grilled chicken drumsticks.
You're the chicken drumstick, Paimon. He's so cute.
Huh? Was Paimon sleeping just now?
Just in time for the meal.
Oh, Paimon wasn't talking to you. Paimon had a dream about eating grilled chicken drumsticks, that's all.
I would be surprised.
Adeptus?
Give us
Oh,
that.
Xianyun, you're awake. How do you feel?
I feel a little better. Thanks. I know I'll see Granny again someday, so I don't feel so sad anymore. Madam Adeptus, could I ask you something? Would you take me in as a disciple?
Oh, and have you reasons for this sudden interest?
I know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong. She felt really bad about it. But without that mistake, I would have never been born.
I was hoping she would be a disciple here,
Even
to
though
be honest.
Granny lost her memories,
I don't know if I said
she
it
never
out
forgot
loud,
to
but
show me how much she loved me. So, I thought maybe one day I could become a cool Adeptus like you and help a whole bunch of people, just like Granny wanted to do.
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuendai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that. If this is what you desire, one shall make it so.
Thank you so much, Madam Adeptus. No, I mean, Master.
Xianyun, are you sure about this? Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like chinchin and violet grass.
no. The slender in front of her too.
If you join them, you'll never enjoy Wanmin Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
Not true, but
How utterly preposterous. One has never enforced such a rule. Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment. So long as one retains a pureness of spirit, one's dietary proclivities are quite irrelevant.
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
she does have the
Although
flowing
Mount
machine.
Outsong is rich in natural beauty, its location does preclude access to certain finer mortal comforts. That is precisely why one plans to
Oh?
relocate to Liyue Harbor.
I guess she didn't mention.
Shu Yu shall have the honor of becoming one's first disciple in the human world.
Whoa, you're leaving Mount Outsong?
Is that why you took on the human form?
One has never concerned oneself with the location of one's residence. From the very beginning, one has sought only solace and peace.
Where do you find the
Yet
money?
in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu, Shenhe, Yuendai. They all chose a life among the mortal world.
She must only want how she's gonna how much money she needs. I mean, she has her adaptable powers, so I imagine they would be very useful for all sorts of jobs if she were to actually get a job. But then I just can't see her working. I don't know.
One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One can only assume that it is due to some failing on one's part as an elder or master. A failing, perhaps, of recognizing what it was they truly wanted. One is most curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbor could have enticed them to remain there. One could hardly offer an opinion on the matter, but perhaps some time in the harbor will prove instructive. Why are you all so silent?
Paimon is, just a bit shocked, that's all. So, does this mean we can grab a meal together in Liyue Harbor sometime?
It would be funny. I'm also just imagining the cloud retainer. If you want to find a job, the most reasonable person to go to is Ningguang, right? And she has connections to ganyu to her, and she already has told to her during the fight against like the sea god. So like if she was like, "Hey, Ningguang, I want to live here. I need money." In exchange, like, I do you need me to do something? I feel like Ningguang could definitely arrange something where like the power of an adeptus would be very useful. She's like a very good inventor, so like that's probably the very best money is, but like she could do a lot of stuff.
One has precious little time to squander. However, if one finds oneself otherwise unoccupied, one would not be opposed to the idea.
That's nice.
One will be assuming the identity of a human while residing in Liyue Harbor. You should take care to avoid disclosing.
Don't worry, we'll help you keep
Sorry.
it a secret.
I meant to stop the author, but so she's going to be on a secret identity. I still kind of wanted her to meet Zhongli, though. I mean, she knows, obviously, but I just would be curious to see their interaction in between. I think that's the only person who Cloud Detainer is like knows well and hasn't really interacted with. I guess Yanfei would be interesting as well, but obviously not as interesting as her interaction with Zhongli would be. So I would definitely want to see that maybe in the Lantern Rite, perhaps because I think this quest is ending pretty soon.
So, when can we expect to start seeing you in the city?
Lantern Rite.
Perhaps in 2 days' time.
Yes.
One has some matters to see to before one's departure. Preparation is the key to success, after all. One plans to put up various items from one's collection for sale. The earnings should provide for a comfortable living in Liyue Harbor.
Oh, I see. So that's the idea of making money. I've been wondering that for the last 10 minutes. She's going to sell our gadgets, which makes sense. She has a lot of unique stuff.
One has already picked out a handsome property near Chuhu Rock. 'Tis no small purchase, but what is mortal life if not one expense after another?
So true. You tell them.
Seems like you've really thought of everything. Then how about we meet up in Liyue Harbor in 2 days?
A sensible plan. See you then. Oh, also, why don't you take this suspense somnia mechanism as a souvenir? Anytime you should feel ill at ease in the future, you may try quieting your mind and sitting in meditation as you listen to its melodies. It might help you find a new perspective.
And that would be nice if it's like a teapot item. I want to try that.
Didn't you promise Shincho that we'd tell him what we found out? Should we make a trip to the Feiyun Commerce Guild? It's totally up to you.
We should probably do that. Also, quest says wait until 2 days later, so it's not quite done yet. Let's talk to Cloud Retainer first.
So, about your move to Liyue Harbor, you gonna tell the other Adepti about it?
I have left an explanatory note in my abode. Those 2 old fossils will discover it, I am sure, should they come seeking my company. Considering their recent penchant for going off on private escapades, however, I find myself caring little for how they shall receive this news.
I do remember talking about yes.
The wind knows me.
So let's find the note she's talking about first things first. Now there is no longer a seal, I imagine. Oh, that's a domain. The abode of Cloud Retainer, the adapter seems unwilling to receive guests. Okay. Well, that's not the note I was hoping to find, but I guess that is a note. That would kind of make sense. So let's go find Xingqiu. First things first. Before advancing the time 2 days forward. Must be in the city somewhere. There he is. Oh.
We meet again, dear friends. How did everything go?
Great! And it's all thanks to you!
You know where the quickly with
Ah, I see.
you know where the
So
story
the stories
quickly.
didn't get it right after all. Even though she was a celebrated heroine, she had to bear a heavy burden that most could not hope to understand. Thank goodness for the help of that Adeptus. At least she was able to recover what she had lost. Although I cannot claim to know exactly how their story will unfold from here, I trust the ending will be a happy one. Those united in a common purpose always find a way back to each other in the end. Thank you for helping me fill in the gaps. And don't worry, I'll keep this all to myself. It's not my story to tell, after all.
Nice. Well, I do want to finish the event fully, so we're gonna wait for 2 days later. Tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, 8 in the morning sounds good. Well, I got like a little bored in the middle, but I quite liked the ending cutscene. And the start was pretty interesting because I love seeing the interactions between the characters. And like a decent story quest, I would say. Nothing too great, but it's not terrible. Let's go and see her and finish this off.
Take it easy.
Three Yinders here.
Your concerns are excessive and unfounded. This is but a simple collection of ordinary valuables. Such intense scrutiny is hardly necessary.
No, is she unable to sell them?
To be quite honest, your insistence on that fact is my primary cause for concern. In what way are any of these ordinary? Every single item here could be worth more than everything I own combined. I simply can't risk shelling out that kind of mora without proper scrutiny. If I'm wrong, I would never be able to earn it back, not even if I worked every single day for the rest of my life. I have to be careful. Yes, you can never be too careful.
We're here, Clow. Miss Xianyun, what are you guys arguing about?
Ah, perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my wares. I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched in my personal collection for several hundred years. To question their legitimacy is pure folly.
Several
100
years?
That definitely gives it away.
Indeed. They're family heirlooms, you see, passed down over many generations, as families are wont to do.
Yep, they've definitely been around a while. We can vouch for her on that one.
Hear that? Had I not found myself in need of mora, I would scarcely have had the heart to part with them. Indeed, you should consider it an honor to even have the opportunity to behold them with your own eyes. Doubt their authenticity any further, and I may just decide to take them to another buyer.
Whoa, please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss. You see, I know full well that I lack the knowledge to judge the true worth of these items. If you could wait but a moment, I've hired an expert to appraise them for me. He should be here shortly.
An expert, you say? Very well. I will wait for a little while longer then. Traveler, Paimon, this is my new residence. If you have cause to seek my company in the future, this is where you can find me.
How did you buy it before actually being able to sell them?
It's you two again. Hello.
Xianyun! You got a new outfit! It looks great on you.
That's cute.
Master made it for me. I like it too.
He's slightly less NPC-like now.
You know how to make clothes?
Oh, she kind of made Shenhe's clothes.
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism, sewing is hardly a challenge.
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're kind of heavy, so I just left them outside.
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably sort through my stuff a bit first. Everything's kind of messy right now, so maybe you could, not look yet, Master?
Not look yet, huh?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets. No matter. Do what you must, child.
Interesting.
Now, this expert you mentioned, when can we expect their arrival?
Soon. Ah, there he is!
Is it gonna be Zhang Li? I hope so.
Here, allow me to make some
There we
introductions.
go. Let's go.
This is Mr. Zhongli, a well-respected consultant at Wangshang Funeral
Of
Parlor
course.
and an expert in all manner of valuables and antiques. Mr. Zhongli, this
Look at
is
her
Miss
face.
Xianyun. She's the one who's looking to sell the collection of valuables
Oh,
I
this is
mentioned
amazing.
earlier.
Oh, I love this. That's very awkward.
Huh.
If it isn't Miss Xianyun. It has been quite some time since our last meeting. What a serendipitous reunion.
Indeed, most serendipitous. Have you been faring well as of late, Mr. Zhongli?
This is so funny.
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains and a fresh brew of tea from the most recent harvest. The experiences left me with such insight and peace.
Huh. So you two are already acquainted?
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again. If you are otherwise unaware, allow me to inform you that Miss Xianyun is a well-regarded collector and appraiser. She is well-versed in all fields and oft-celebrated for her impeccable taste. You stand to gain much from this opportunity.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhongli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail. I can say without a doubt that you are foremost in that regard.
Why, you flatter me, Miss
This is
Xianyun.
just veterans work.
It
So
would
good.
seem that you are as self-effacing as ever.
Not at all, Mr. Zhongli. Not at all.
While I am loath to butt into this conversation, I must ask, you two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship. Can I be certain that you're not working together to swindle me? I mean, you never know.
A preposterous accusation. The heavens themselves would collapse before we would conspire to do such a thing.
Miss Xianyun speaks the truth. Contracts are built on honesty and trust. If that proves to be beyond your capabilities in this instance, this transaction may be taken elsewhere.
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest. What fool would still harbor doubts after Mr. Zhongli himself has vouched for the goods? Miss Xianyun, wait!
This is so funny.
I deeply apologize for doubting you. So, Mr. Zhongli, could you please give me a final verdict on the value of these items?
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. Take this mechanism, for instance. Though one may not immediately perceive its purpose, its structure and appearance are exquisite enough to merit it a place in any fine home. The same can be said for this one here. Few could hope to possess an item that so perfectly blends mechanical wonder with geometric grace. I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of mechanisms is among the most wondrous arts in this world. With that in mind, I earnestly recommend procuring every last item in this collection.
All right. Since I hired you as my consultant, Mr. Zhongli, I shall, of course, trust your good opinion. Then, in that case, Miss Xianyun, I'll take the lot. However, since the final sum is quite large, how about we start with an initial deposit through the Northland Bank?
The Northland Bank? Huh. Oh, you refer to the fiduciary house.
Fiduciary? I don't know. what
Oh,
that
very
means.
well.
I fear people only use the term bank nowadays. In that case, I'll be off for now. I'll return to collect the goods once you've received the funds.
Okay, I'm glad that we got some plug retainer generally speaks. Oh, that's great. I think we'll do that a bit more now. Floor. Anyway.
My friends, have you been doing well?
We've been great. How about you? Paimon didn't know you were such a busy consultant.
My days have been quite pleasant as well. I had been quietly enjoying a cup of tea when Mr. Xiaozu requested my services. As for you, Miss Xianyun, I presume you must be looking to settle in the city?
I must say, the name Xianyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you. Perhaps you could dispense of that particular epithet in further conversation.
Whatever for. Am I not addressing you as a friend should?
Well, that is true, but... Alas, refer to me however you will. After all, a name exists such that others may address you with it. One is hardly ignorant of that fact.
It would seem that you have gained many valuable insights over the years, Cloud Retainer.
One has indeed. One's previous days were all brief. Now that one has made up one's mind to move and settle, one has gained a much better appreciation of the hubbub and commotion of the city, as well as the people's hard work and ardor. This city is much changed from how it was more than 1,000 years ago.
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow. From turmoil to peace, enlightenment to aspiration. Human society possesses limitless potential. In another 1,000 years, the scene we witness here may change in ways that are impossible for either of us to imagine.
Alright, that's enough reflection for one day. No need to get all sentimental on
I
us.
kind of liked it.
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded, what say one plays the host as we try some specialty dishes together? One must profess great interest in trying bamboo shoot soup.
Perhaps you have forgotten, Cloud Retainer, but
I
I once
do
tried
remember.
my hand at that dish. You were at the table on that occasion, so logic dictates that you should have already tried it.
Oh? What occasion was this?
What do you mean, less?
It was a
was
reunion
it?
between friends several centuries ago. Alas, you must have been too preoccupied to secure yourself a portion. Or perhaps our other companions simply availed themselves of faster reflexes on that occasion.
Did we not make a soup for Jean-Li in another event, and he took it to the mountains to have it with the other adepti? It was like last year.
Hardly. 'Twas most certainly out of consideration for the others in attendance. In but a moment, one will show you what it means to have a true deftness of hand. It is settled then. Bamboo shoot soup, mora meat, crab roe tofu, triple layered consommé. We shall enjoy the lot. One has already passed word to Shenhe and Ganyu to make a reservation. It is prime time for them to meet one's newest disciple. Is that agreeable to everyone?
Sounds great.
It should be a most splendid occasion.
Thank you so much, Cloud Retainer.
Shu Yu, come now, it is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr. Zhongli. He is,
Yeah.
A humble employee of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Zhongli.
That should be everyone, right? Let's go!
Yeah, it's not like you can just tell them who he is. I don't think even Shenhe knows.
Actually,
Ganyu
Master,
probably knows
have you
though.
ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite. You know, 'cause it's super tempting and stuff. Is that true?
that sounds rather implausible. Although with the right preparation, certain dishes can be too delicious to resist.
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon! hey, wait up!
Nice. And that's the end. I mean, this has been quite nice, to be honest. I did enjoy the event. Let's look at this. Oh, so they didn't die, they just left. Oh, sorry, I skipped. Okay. I have to read this again. It's not. Oh, it's very long. It's okay. Let's read it again. Your granny may get a little forgetful sometimes. Oh, it's on order. Okay. You have to do this again for me to read it. Sorry. Okay, finally. seems like a book of accounts. A letter can also be found inside. Little you, my dear daughter, by the time you read this, Mommy and Daddy will have already left to go on a long journey. Your granny made it a little forgetful sometimes, so try to jot down little reminders for her around the house whenever you can. Mommy and Daddy are counting on you to take care of Granny while we're gone. You might be wondering why Mommy and Daddy have to leave. Well, my dear daughter, in this world, everyone's got something that they just have to do. Your Mommy and Daddy are no different. Did you know? Daddy was actually awfully sick as a child. How sick, you might ask? Well, even the doctor could barely feel Daddy's pulse. It was that weak. But Daddy still managed to grow up. Looking back, there were many times when Daddy thought he might not make it. In the end, though, Daddy pushed through every time. Pretty amazing if you think about it. Maybe Daddy is just really lucky. Or who knows, maybe he has some kind of super powerful adeptus looking out for him. Perhaps. Either way, Daddy has always felt like he's received a lot of love from this world. And you know what? Daddy loves this world right back. They told Daddy that this mission would be super dangerous, but both Mommy and Daddy decided to sign up. You'll have to grow quite a bit taller the next time Mommy and Daddy see you again. Maybe you'll be so big by then Mommy and Daddy won't even recognize you. How about this? Let's use a code. You still remember that one phrase that he taught you when you were little? That can be our secret code the next time we see each other again. That way, you'll recognize each other no matter what. You'll remember it, won't you? While the millet stands guard, evil shall never prevail. Interesting. Is that what she did not want to show to the Cloud Retainer? I mean, that must be it. Yeah, the Van Ming. I'm just looking around to see if there's like anyone else that I can talk to, but I don't think so. Did we get like the furniture out of this? I didn't really see it. She did tell me she would give me the stuff. I like so many billions of furniture. Hard to say, but I don't really see. Oh, there it is. Suspension somnium mechanism. I should definitely go back and try it on the Serenity button. See what it looks like before we end. Maybe it plays music. That would be nice. Overall, I definitely liked the last part. I really wanted the Cloud Retainer to talk to Zhongli, so I'm glad that that happened. And it's definitely, my opinion has definitely improved after that last session. I probably should have put my final opinions on the thing before seeing that. It's definitely now better. But like, I still kind of got bored in the middle. Like, I don't know, the thing I enjoyed the most is the character interactions. Like Ganyu, Shenhe, and Zhongli talking to Cloud and Madame Ping. That's like the best thing in the event, I think. Everything else, like the story itself, is kinda meh. It's whatever. I just kinda wanna see everyone talk to each other. Honestly, that's all I really care about. But anyway, so let's see what's new. This is new furniture you obtained. So I'm not sure which category it falls under. It's going to make it difficult to find. Maybe this one. Yeah. Oh, it is quite small. Just put it here so we can test it out. There it is. Enable. There it does play different music. That's nice. What if we play both of them at the same time? I think I'm gonna keep this then. Oh, and then the other music plays when I go back here. Okay. Just gonna put it nearby so that we can choose what we like to play.
This road.
Boom, boom. Oh, do we have new furniture in the shop? That seems to be the case. We do. Oh, that's a lot that I have to buy now. Oh, it's not that much actually. It's a fairly small amount. And then we have none of these are urgent. I'll buy them when I need to.
If you
Sadly,
ever...
still no furniture like combos. Okay, did we have them for spontaneous? I think they added that like last... Excuse me, last update, right? Yeah. Yeah, they did. I do need to make these sometime when I can. And I should try out the underground section as well. For the housing. But before we end... Well, let's not go to Mondstadt, but let's go to Liyue. And do the daily stuff. Since we are doing Lantern Rite, I should also probably take my daily commissions to Lantern Liyue as well. Since we're gonna be in the area. And I'll probably do the exploring of the new Liyue added area like tomorrow. That probably sounds about right. Let's see. Oh, before I claim the commissions, I should change my team back to my daily commission team. Because those are the ones that need companion XP. I think that's what it's called. Like the friendship XP stuff. So we're gonna change it to the other team. When it eventually loads. Yeah, Navi is at 6, 4, 9, 7. So we need to get them to 10. We got most characters to 10 already, so just the newer ones that I don't have yet. Okay, yeah. So this is new. It didn't say claim rewards in red before. Which is nice. Now you like, it reminds you to go and actually claim them.
Add Astra.
Add
Thank you for
Astra Abyssos.
Add Astra.
Expeditions. Patch. It's level 1 on the battle pass. That I'm not gonna buy, but you know. We still get the free stuff, so. Oh, the lag is real though. We have a lot of new stuff now here, but anyway. Since, you know, for the sake of the stream, you know, maybe we'll get the streamer live. I will do a little bit of pull on Xianyun, just because our gameplay was actually kind of fun. So, I don't particularly want her, but like, I'm on no PD anyway. I should also pull for like Ivan Nahida. She's quite nice, but who knows? Let's draw for, I think, 2 Nahida and then 10 Xianyun is what I'm gonna do. Or should I do 1 10 1? Let's do 1 10 1. So nothing done here. 10 Xianyun pulls. It is purple. Maybe we'll get gaming though. Or even Farazan is good because I needed her constellations. And we got Noel. Noel is not good, but, you know, oh well. One more Nahida. Nope. I'll do 1 pulls until I get another 4-star, I think. Because I do like the 4 stars on this banner. Except for Noel. They had to put Noel in there. So that I don't get a good 4-star. Come on, 1 pull. Nope, nothing. Let's go next. There we go. Farazan or gaming. Avonius Lens. You're gonna make me do 10. Fine. There we go. Swords and bows, swords and bows. It's Farzan. Okay, I'll take a Farzan. No gaming, unfortunately. We're not gaming today. I know he's not pronounced gaming, but you know, he's pronounced gaming now. You do get to upgrade our Farzan, which is probably the best thing came out of this banner. I don't know how the E2 Farzan is, but like the E3 and E5 are like the useless ones usually. I mean, it's just use level, so E2 is like probably a pretty decent start. And then the best one is E6 obviously, but I don't know, we're gonna get there. But anyway, this is like one step closer to that hypothetical Hazo team that I might make one day, but probably not gonna happen. I have too many build characters to begin with anyway.
Zula's logo, it was designed by my mother.
Yes, thank you, Navia. Oh, I didn't unfavorite these, because I'm not building them anymore. Anyway,
Have you noticed how it's shaped like a heart?
Thank you, Navia. That's it for today, everyone. So thank you, everyone who's come to watch the stream. Thank you all for coming to watch so far. This was my reaction for the event, and it's been quite, the story quest, and it's been quite fun. If you do want to see me stream the event as well, do let me know. Next week I'll be coming back with the Honkai Star Rail new update, which I'm going to be a lot more hyped for. And that's what I'm really excited about, to be honest. But Genshin is nice too, but I definitely prefer strategy games like Yu-Gi-Oh!, like Honkai Star Rail. So thank you everyone for coming to the stream, and I'll see you in another video.
My time with the Spina has taught me that carrying an unreliable weapon is worse than not carrying one at all.